Saturday, come away and shoot 75 or something, you know, and stuff, and get 40 points, whatever it'll be, and then think, I was happy with that, and do this, and then I'll look at your stuff, and I'll look at Mike Bender golf, and I follow quite a lot of this, and before that it was George Gankus, and it was all George Gankus this, and I was trying all his pivots, and you name it, and so to the point where sometimes when it's not going so well, I almost can't recognise what my swing was before, you know what I mean, because I get some of the, one of the local shops there, they've got the whole TrackMan set up and all that, and from when I was a member at this local club, I've still got the stats that were emailed back to me from 3 years ago or something, so it's quite interesting to go back and see that the swing speed, say with the 7 iron used to be about 86 mile an hour, now it's about 82 or something. My driver was 97, 96, now it's about 92, and I don't know where I've lost the speed, whether it's just age or years, I don't know, I don't feel any less fit, if you know what I mean. But so stuff I've done is, you know, been detrimental to some elements of it, but
helped in some ways. And
maybe, I say it's, such as George, normally my driver's my most consistent club, but on Saturday that was failing me a bit. I was just getting, never been long with it particularly, often getting to play and all the rest of it. Just, my bad shot was, there's always been a right to left again, so I had a few pulls on the side. And I was thinking, it's perhaps not a bad thing, because you see the bad shot, you know.
It's good to see everything, the whole repertoire. So you've watched a few of the videos and stuff, then? Have you? And what's resonated with you? What have you kind of took?
Well, I was scared to just send to George then, because the thing that, even though I had a good round the previous day, and I said, looking at it was one trouble, a few weeks back or something, and again, you saying as you snap down, almost leave it, delay it, and snap and do that, and I felt almost like I was getting a bit more here, a bit more compression, a little bit with some of my irons, and I was trying it with my driver, and again that might have not helped or not, I don't know, but that was one of the things. That was just, I've often just thought, try and visualise and imagine that I'm on that and do this a little bit. Whether I do or not, I don't know, because when I first come across your videos, I was intrigued by the whole plate thing and the ground forces and seeing all that, and what was the one that was left to right? I forget that. I don't know what that was called.
What, on the pressure plate?
Well, it was, you have, on the pressure plate, when there was one that went sort of foot to foot.
On the...
When you used to have it on the screen, I
Yeah.
think it had like the white line.
Yeah, the centre of pressure. Watching the pressure and watching the weight
doing all that and stuff, and I was just always intrigued when I seen all that sort of stuff.
And looking at the line of pressure, the torque.
So I've often then tried to sort of take that away and think, and say without doing it, just think, okay, we'll get there, load it up, and then get a bit of that. But I've never really seen, immediate benefits from it. So whether I'm not doing it or not, I don't know.
Well, what we'll do is I'll get the plate, get that set up, let you get a few shots just to loosen up, and then we'll just literally just talk and just hit a few balls and do a few exercises and start to really get into your golfing kind of psyche and how you see it, what you're experiencing, your interpretation of that, of what you're of what's happening. So what's meaningful to you, and then what change you start to recognise is taking place. And if there is, and if that change is positive, or is it not? Is it negative? Is it kind of shifting you away from what you want to do? Because you need to know both directions. It's kind of this ball. If I start moving like this is kind of throwing my balance, or this is like throwing me off. I can't. You spend some time really kind of trying to reorganise, but you're going to start to sense, is that good noise or bad noise? Is it noise that's really interfering and throwing me way off, or is it actually, I can feel something, now I'm just going to start to work with these tolerances and see if I can integrate it, and then likewise some of the movements you'll start feeling straight away, because the movements are already there, it's just you've got to explore them, and it's kind of, you've got the movements you need for your golf swing. It's just that obviously often the mental constraints that we place on the system obviously constrain it physically.
Which I reckon I've probably got a lot of. The more because I often think about getting there, and I overthink that sequencing element of triggering it and doing this and getting to that place, and I'm almost sometimes feel like I'm playing a swing through static images and thinking, through obsessing about the positions and the slots and this and I'm playing, so I think there's an element of that if we're really self-critical about my own.
You see a lot of exercises where people start them. It's like they're trying to create. It looks like they're creating these forces, and they are creating some of these forces to a degree, but they're creating it with a movement that is not representative of what they're going to do with the golf ball. So it's kind of you're going to start creating movements, but what a lot of golf instruction does, it tries to mimic the move you're going to make, and now you've got to integrate it into a sequence. So feel these forces, but what you've done is you've kind of thought of maybe a phase of movement. It might not even be a position, it might be a phase of movement you're thinking about. But by doing that, you are chunking the swing. And that's another form of swinging by numbers. Because when you stop the club, you're physically creating inertia that doesn't exist in that form when you're swinging and playing a normal golf shot. So the moment you kind of stop is, yes, you can really feel how the body reacts, but it's not going to react like that in a golf swing because you're not going to have that force imposed on the system. So often I think it just distorts that perception of feeling real even more, and we actually think we're creating more awareness for the swing when in actual fact we're doing the reverse. Because by doing this, we're actually starting to try and recognise something that's taking place that we expect to happen in a golf swing now, but the whole function of this form, if you like, is very different to what's going to happen in the golf swing. So the form might look similar, but the function's completely different, which means you're probably not going to get that form that you expect when you play a golf shot. But you're attaching feelings, if you like, and meaningful kind of thoughts to this movement that's going to be very different when you swing. So you're actually setting yourself up for just more interference. And it's like, well, I can't feel all this. It's like, well, we're doing two different things there. But what we're going to do is explore your movement and then take it to the threshold, and then see how your body wants to respond. And that doesn't mean it's very aggressive, explosive, kind of really hard. It's really kind of high intensity. It's just exploring where the parameters are of some of your range and your movements. I'm going to hit a few shots. I'm just going to grab my plate and then we'll get a crack here. I'll just leave those two. That's right, that one.
In the past, this is always what I've had to try and work on with the most. I've always been alright with my drivers. Just my irons, my scoring clubs really there. Well, more so when I get to a longer iron, this is just a 7 now, but they've just become cowed up, no penetration, no nothing. And I know in a lot of your videos you're saying we think about shot selection and stuff like that. I'm thinking it's a solid. I don't even try and think this flag's there, that flag's there. You just think trying to solid. Try a solid shot. And if I usually perform alright with the irons, I score well. And I just, if it's in the green, middle of the green, 2-4. If it's pushed slightly and then near the flag or not, well, that's my swing thought, rather than trying to do anything clever with it.
Okay.
And then I obsess with the backswing, because where I'm often at home, I think I can get there and stuff. Naturally, my thing has always been over here, and when I come down, I think I lose my angles, and I get it back. This one I've been told as well all the time, but so I'm often thinking, let's try and get to here, and then I'm always looking at what's my sequence now, and then do we just go like this, is it like this, or so all these things that are playing in the air.
All these questions. In 0.8 seconds.
And that's it. And then the reality is it's nothing like that.
No.
So this, I'll try and leave it there for a minute. That was my swing thought at weekend. It's probably no different than the other ones, but
so it's so different to you, movement-wise. You must have felt something different.
I was just trying to feel that
you've done something different.
I was leaving that there fractionally longer. But again, it's still a weak iron shot. That's probably gone about 140 or something.
Yeah.
Which isn't that good for a 7 iron. And I can see
Yeah.
The other strikes, if anything, on the up here, the tendencies, most of them aren't too bad, but if anything, they start getting more and more towards the bottom. Like that one.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah, that was right on there.
I'm just going to pop this behind you first.
Which ends up with that floaty
Yeah.
lock of penetration, compression, and I can't get into that. I don't, even though I think get into this position here, I don't seem to be able to.
Can't get
It'll
the
be
sweet
more
spot
like,
going down.
as much as I think, get there or whatever and so forth, into this. And, I can't do that. Yeah.
Okay. You can't just going to carry on?
Yeah.
Shots. So you get it set up, get a bit of capture. We'll see what's happening. So I think might get in a few play. Just get a couple first just to get comfortable with it. Or I'll just set it up and then. What irons did you have before those?
What, sorry?
What irons did you have before the TaylorMades? Did you notice the difference with the TaylorMades?
I did it first.
With the strong locks?
I did it first a bit, yeah, but not so much now. I guess I've been used to it, didn't I?
Yeah.
4 years.
Did that?
Yeah. Oh no, that's right. I haven't started this one, yeah.
Oh, did you?
AP. 2, 3. Okay, well, anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Two episodes in there. And these were a stronger loft than those two,
you had many lessons then before?
Hey, what?
Have you had many lessons then before?
Yeah, over the years, yeah. You're probably thinking you're not listening now, don't you? But yeah, on and off, I wouldn't say how many, but recently I've been seen Adrian Fryer, do you know?
Oh yeah, Adrian, yeah.
Because I saw him years ago when he was pushed based in Warrington, now he's based at Liverpool.
Used to be a drive time, didn't it?
That's right, yeah.
That's right.
So now he's at Liverpool Golf Centre, and I normally just pay for 5 lessons, 50 quid, 30 lessons.
Yeah.
And you know, with a 30-minute video lesson then as well and stuff.
So what kind of shot do you see? Do you see a draw? Do you see? I know you said you were focusing on the strike.
That's
but
all.
you're not thinking of shape.
No, not at all. I have a natural draw with it, which develops into a bad. My bad one's a pull, but I struggle to go left to right with the driver. With this, I'm sure it's solid.
All right.
If I try and I can. Well, it's not a lie. Sometimes I can. If I want to go. If I want to try it left to right,
yeah,
I'll open up. I feel like I'm just going a lot steeper, and I can
nice,
left to right. But I don't think I'm trying to play that.
No.
If I want to go more right to left, I can come flatter, which has always been the natural thing. But then sometimes I catch it fat.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm coming that's my feel. Which a driver obviously hitting up, you probably help more, but if I wanted to draw this, I can, which you see is a bad slap, but and it's just a pull.
Yeah. I just need to step back and play a second. Just going to calibrate it. Capture as you're hitting. Nice one. Cool, we'll have a look at this then. Okay. So, right. Really, really good. I mean, there was one you hit, I think it was the first I captured. And can you see that up and down?
Yeah.
That profile there?
Yeah.
See, it's fairly smooth, it's fairly straight on the way down.
Yeah.
As opposed to the next two. Where it had like a little plateau.
Right.
And you see it doesn't carry on straight down, it kind of just staggers a bit. And the last one as well. It's not as bad. What's interesting, when it staggers, if I look at the velocity it's travelling, you can see your velocity, so I'll explain all this in a minute, but the velocity that this central pressure is travelling increases. That's your change of direction, that's great. And then it should start to decelerate really quick.
What decelerates? Just
I'll explain this, and then it kind of accelerates again. So
right.
You've got really good movement on the ground, but probably because you've been so used to thinking of your golf swing at this end, you've inhibited the way the movement of the pressure and the speed of the ground.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you swing back, well, I won't talk. We'll look at that in a second. When you swing down, what we'd expect to see is a loading into the ground and then an unloading.
Right.
And the loading would be pretty quick, but the unloading would be very quick. So the graph would go loading and then unload.
Right.
But as you unload, so it's like as you swing down, as you get to here, you'll be loading, and then you're unloading, and as you unload, it then swings down.
And it's the load spike.
Yeah.
And then the unload will be the outload.
Yeah. So the positive gradient is your loading, the negative is your unloading. The area in between those is the impulse. That's the force over time. So we want that to be like this. Okay. Whereas yours is like a little bit like that, and it staggers a bit on the way down. So it means that you're not getting an efficient unloading from the ground. So that means you've got to start making up for that somewhere else, or not. So so it's like throwing a ball. You load in, and then you go to unload, then you load again. So it's like its effect. So it would, if we kind of try to recreate that with throwing or punching or kicking, it would feel so out of sorts. But it's a different action. I mean, we've got a golf club. But there's obviously been a lot of conscious activity in your golf swing, with positioning of the club, bowing the left wrist, maybe or doing something. Like if you worked on Gankus, it's probably hips and stuff.
That's right. Yeah, with the pivot. I did it.
And kind of working on that rotary movement.
I've been that because it wasn't working for me, by the way. I love these lessons, but
and it's, you know what, it's great. There's something in it. Of course, there is for everyone. It's going to work for some, and there's no one size fits all. But what we've got to find, and that is the emphasis on find, is your style. We've got to. It will reveal itself. What we're doing at the moment is we're just quantifying what's taking place, looking at it's like an MRI, if you like, from the ground up. That we've not got 3D, so we're not looking at the rest of the body. We're just looking at your interaction with the ground, which tells us a lot, because that's gonna encourage movement or restrict it. So another interesting thing is if you watch this. So if we take you to the setup. So there's your centre of pressure. So we've got left foot, right foot, pressure on the left, pressure on the right. That's the combine.
Yeah.
And that's where the vertical force is applied.
Yeah. Then what stage is that on the swing?
So this is the beginning.
Right.
Now watch this as you swing.
Yeah.
Pressure moves.
Yeah.
And then it kind of starts going back to the target a bit as you're swinging up. And then it kind of hangs around here.
Yeah.
And then it starts to move again.
Yeah. All right.
Now this is you've probably thought about your golf swing a lot at this point, around here, at some point, because there's no need really for that to stop if it's a flowing action. So you can start to see sometimes where interferences come in, because what's also happening as well is that, can you see the white line between the feet?
Yeah.
It's not really rotating much at the minute. You're moving, see how your pressure's moving forward from heels to the balls as you're swinging up, and then you start to try and create some rotation. But as you're creating rotation, you're moving forward onto the balls of your feet.
Right.
So now you're on the balls of your feet at the top of your swing.
Yeah.
But you're on both balls with each foot on the balls of both feet. Then you start to swing down, you start to get some rotation, which is great, but it's just too late. Because your hands are down here, and you've already started unloading, but you've not actually got that white line positive. It's not gone past where it started. That white line there between the feet, it's horizontal yet. We're down here, so we've not got an opportunity to try to get any rotation from the ground.
Right.
And what your body is very cleverly done, like any athletic movement, as you change direction, the pressure shifts quickly that way.
Yeah.
And then it shifts quite a long way, and then it stops to allow you to unload. It has to stabilise. Otherwise, if the pressure's still moving and you're trying to go up, it makes it very difficult, because the body, we haven't got stability lower down. Your pressure moves, but doesn't get far enough. And it's on the balls of your feet, so you've not got any rotation. So what your body does, it starts to try and create some rotation. That's the downforce. So it starts to accelerate again. And it accelerates the pressure as you start to twist that white line. So it's trying to get some rotation from the ground. So it's trying to get the rotation, because we didn't have the we didn't essentially do this early enough.
Right.
So if we start to rotate earlier from the ground, which is a different feeling to rotating from the upper body. It's totally different.
Because I used to get a bit of this. So I've always tried to come in and get, so I don't get too much of this. So I guess that's a different. When you say rotation, is it different than? Because I try and rotate and get my hips here and get here.
Yeah.
But it's a different rotation, something else going down there, right?
Yeah. It's going to feel very different. Because the weight's on the balls of your feet.
Yeah.
You try. See, at the top, you're moving to the top of your golf swing, and the pressure's moving to the balls of the feet. You try rotating with the weight on the balls of the feet.
Right.
Restricts it. You'll see you need to start. We need to start moving the feet and ankles in a different way, because the ankles are a big rotating joint. But if you'll see in a minute. But essentially, what we've got a lot of good movements. but they're all in the wrong order. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
as in for a real efficient sequence, for you to be able to use. So I'm not talking about the form of your movement. I'm just talking about the function. Is we want these happening at a time when the body can use them. So we want the pressure moving. We want it stopping. We want you to experience what it's like to do that. To unload, to rotate and unload. And once you start to get a feeling of this from the lower body, you will start to naturally reorganise the whole sequence of your movement. The rest of the body, the whole thing will change.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm glad you could see a lot wrong with it.
yeah. Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's just that's how you currently move. And like most people who come through the door, it's that's your kind of conceptual journey with your golf swing that's brought you here. It's kind of you've there's trace elements of just instinctive movement, but there's a lot of interference that's been consciously introduced by deliberate practice with trying to move in a certain way. So then all your feet are doing are just reacting to facilitate you positioning your arms or doing this. The lower body's really just working just to as a reaction to what you're doing here, as opposed to all this being a reaction to what's happening here, the other way around. So if you throw a ball, if you've worked on all these mechanics with your upper body, your feet aren't doing anything. So I could have the most perfect upper body movement, but I'm working. I've had all my attention for a long time focused on shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then I get this opening up of the chest, this rotation of the chest, the torso. I'm like, oh, this is great, but my feet are not doing anything because I need all this first, and this, and this, and then this all reacts. So if I've focused for years and years and years doing this, I am going to be limited in how far I can throw. And when I get to the point where I go, and then if my strength diminishes a little bit, and I'm like, not that yours has, I'm just saying it's not at all, because it's your patterns that's costing you distance. But say my strength diminishes and I can't get any more distance using this upper body anymore, and then someone says you need to learn to use your lower body. It's like I'm doing my lower body. All the lower body's done is habitualised to this upper body movement. So it's kind of suddenly now this is an ingrained pattern. But to then try and get a sense of, well, now I've got to think about how my lower body moves. That's throwing more interference in because the lower body's just being used to reacting to this. So it's kind of what we need to do is go right down to the floor, right back to the, if you like, the interaction with you and the ground, and just get a sense of what these forces are like. So yeah, it's exciting when you see when you start to see the potential that can be gained. It's dead exciting because especially when you've got so much good movement going on. But like I say, it's just you're not giving it a chance to the body to use it because it's out of sequence. That's all. So if you wouldn't mind stepping on those, Steve, you can hold it. Just hold the shaft. You're not going to swing it yet. But just hold it like that. You might need just a bit of balance at first because it's just that's it. And then all I'd like you to do is just rock, just with your ankles back and forth. 4 foot, rear foot, just toes to heels, that's it. So it might be work those calves and back and forth. That's it. Explore that. And then, so, a bit of speed. You can use your knees a little bit if you want, but ideally, just try and just isolate your ankles, that's it. So you're just rocking back and forth with your, that's it. Now side to side. This way, just horizontally. So I just need to rock, so watch my feet, let your feet roll. That right foot in particular, that's it. And then in and out. So you can see there's a lot more movement with the left ankle than there is the right. And then side to side again. Cool. And then, just imagining these are clock faces. We're you're going to just make circles with the knees and roll round the clock face. Brilliant. Nice big knee circles. See if you can get around the whole clock face. You might find that some of it's tricky and you miss it. There might be a little blind spot. This is where I'm interested, around here. 7 o'clock through to 10 o'clock. Now, yeah, that's it. And then switch direction now.
Easy that way. Not that it was easy the other way, but
It feels easy this way.
it feels harder this way.
What is it?
Yeah, for some reason. Good.
Going to give the feet a good workout and the
Yeah,
ankles and
yeah.
the calves.
Yeah.
So now what I'd like you to do is just rotate your hips.
Just let your feet go wherever you
Yeah,
go.
whatever they need to do. So just rotate your hips without your torso. So
Right.
just your hips. That's it. And now what I'd like you to do is use your feet with the balance pad. So all this movement with the balance pad, I'd like you to use your feet to move your hips. Feel how different that is? Using your feet. And then let your hips now twist. So use your feet, knees and ankles to twist the hips. And let's use all the balance pads. Use the pressure in the balance pads too. You can push the balance pads to get speed. Good. And then, yeah, we're going to find out in a minute.
Yeah.
If you just step onto the carpet for me now and just have a swing of your foot, just small swings, Steve, back and forth in the air. It might feel a bit different. Just in the air, that's good. Swishing it back and through. Feel a bit different?
Yeah. Yeah, my feet will feel more engaged. Yeah, my ankles.
Now, what I want to do is explore a bit more rotation.
Yeah.
I'm just borrow your club. You just stand upright, and I want you to turn around really quickly and look at that Zen sign back down there. That's it. And then, now, close your eyes for me and tell me where you feel the pressure in your right foot.
Outside.
And what part of the foot?
Oh,
Is
there.
it more at the back?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. And again. Just eyes first, really quick.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Let's go again. I want you to not think of a golf swing. Just stand upright, not golf. Just turn around and look at the. That's it.
So that's more of a heel one.
Yeah. Because once we start moving into a golf swing, we start into a golf posture. We
Right.
start moving like a golf posture.
Right. I mean, if it. Well,
Yeah.
it's always.
And notice where your pressure is in your left foot when you do that. If we were to do that on the discs,
Yeah.
now stand on the discs, and let's just standing upright, just turn your head round and have a look at that sign. Feel where your pressure wants to go.
I was just trying to get the balance.
That's right. So what I want to explore, and we're not forcing it to go anywhere, I just want to explore what's easier, and it doesn't have to go all the way, but I want to explore the boundaries. You can step on those for me, with the feet in the middle, so a bit further forward, that's it. So the middle of your foot's on that magnet in the middle.
Yeah.
So you could bang the disc, you could bang the boards forward and back easy. And now just turn and have a look at the, notice how it wants to tip.
Should that go back?
Well, if it stays forward,
Yeah.
push it forward for me. Now keep it forward and notice how, just that's it. And now let it rock back on next time, which gives you more rotation.
Yeah. Going backwards.
Yeah. And let the leg extend. So let your knee. That's it. So you can just let the ankles rotate. That's it. But let your head go first this time, so it goes head, and then let the body follow you. Yeah, that's it. So what you're doing is you're still thinking of a golf swing because you're turning with your torso. And if you were walking down the street and someone went, "Oi, Steve," you probably wouldn't go like that.
Yeah.
You'd go like that. Okay. So this just shows how hardwired we are in golf.
Yeah.
So just eyes first. So look forward up there, and then someone's just gone, "Oi, Steve," just look round. That's it. That's more like that's.
Yeah.
So we're just exploring how your body might want to rotate.
Yeah.
So you're already even shifting your weight right, which you probably wouldn't even do.
Yeah.
If someone was talking, you'd be just like,
Yeah.
you probably just turn.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to move in respect of a golf swing, what we conceive to be a golf swing. It's just literally, what's it like just to turn around really quick? Just eyes first. That's it.
Well, because I feel like I'm just doing upper body now. Rather
Now,
than thinking about...
it'll be different when we go to the discs again.
Yeah.
Good. So let's pop back on the balance pads. And now I want you to use the balance pads to move. So you're going to use your balance pads to turn your, to move your head to look at the Zen sign. So you're going to use your balance pads to move your eyes. Yeah, look where that's it. So the balance pads move your eyes. Well done. Well done. And let's explore now, going the other way. So, just want you to explore the front to back movement, and then let your hips rotate with it. Good. And then, as you're doing this, let your body weight go with it. So your body weight shifting onto one pad, and then the other with the rotation. So you're moving across. So we're not trying to stay stable, quite the opposite. We're trying to use all this mobility speed. And explore, that's it, on the way back and through. Belt buckle, twisting back and through. But you're doing it using the feet. And letting your knees extend and flex. So one knee will straighten, one bends, and the other. That's it. Just look forward and do it. So you're not looking at your body, you're just feeling it. And now without the torso, so we don't need the torso to turn the hips. We can just let your hips. That's it. And you push it. That's it. Go from heel to toe.
Which heel?
Both. So you're pushing from, you'll feel it. So you're going from front to back and you can feel the pressure. It's literally like fast walking.
It's walking.
It's fast walking.
Fast walking.
Yeah, that's what golf is. It's like power walking, like that. But now with bigger rotation. Yeah, that's rotating the hips.
Yeah.
We don't get hip rotation by trying to twist the hips. We get rotation from feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back. That rotates the pelvis and hips. The ankles would help to rotate the hips.
Yeah.
Of course, we can just try and rotate the hips, but when I asked you earlier to just rotate your hips, that's okay, but it's not using the feet.
Yeah.
Whereas when you start to use your feet, suddenly you can get a lot more force through to the pelvis. Brilliant. Just grab the golf for me before you. In fact, just have a few swings on there, on the discs. with your just half swings. Nothing aggressive, just back and forth though in the air, just like swishing a stick back and through. Swish it back. So don't start from the beginning every time, go back and through. So don't stop. Notice where that momentum on the way back takes you. Don't fight it and resist. So we should never feel any gripping with the toes. Hey, you're right.
Someone that
Savage, yeah.
don't feel any what with this grip.
No gripping with
Right.
the toes. That's it. We're after.
What about legs? It's what we played with it.
Oh, the range is closed.
Oh, that's right.
Only for training. Yeah.
Right.
Now the construction started.
Yeah.
Close the range. So.
I've got to keep doing this for.
We want the body to just naturally create the tension in itself and resistance. Instead of us trying to create resistance and stabilise to start with, if you were throwing a ball,
Yeah.
you wouldn't kind of create stability to rotate against. You just go,
Yeah.
and then you don't keep just going back. The body, it tensions itself,
Yeah.
and then it does that to create this elastic recoil. So we've got to let the body use all its rotations on the way back, and it will naturally stabilise. So just want to put that on the floor there. And if you just stand on that for me, in the middle of your feet, that's it. And literally let your feet just rock back and forth to swing. Yeah,
Gonna swing.
like this. So you're just using that walking act. Yeah, like power walking. It's like you're pushing off the balls, that's it. But your weight will go, but your body weight will go back and through with it.
Yeah.
So you're doing this in a minute. And you want to go. So you'll push off the balls of the feet, and you'll feel yourself rock onto the heels from the balls. That's it. Brilliant. That right ankle's more restricted. I want to look at that right ankle a bit. Because the ankle basically controls what the knee does.
Okay.
And then that's going to affect how your hip rotates, because if you've got resistance from these joints here,
Yeah.
you're basically moving internally into the femur instead of letting everything rotate, and then let this internal rotation happen later. Instead of it happening early,
Yeah.
it happens later on the way back. So I want you to just let you keep going for me, doing that, and just let you look forward, and just let your hips rotate now. Let your hips rotate, just swivel the hips back and through. So not side to side, just belt buckle comes to me, that's it, just twist, there we go, that's it. Brilliant. That's fantastic. So now you've got some foot interaction.
Right.
Cool. Just swing your club, just a narrower stance, Steve, and just in the air, just little swings back and forth, just swishing it.
Doing that.
Yeah, just rocking your feet over that. There we go. Just bring your feet a bit further forward on that strip. That's it. So you're right in the middle of your feet.
Should have been moving that, was that? Because
You're
not
just.
doing it very well.
Sometimes if you twist it from your upper body,
Right.
it will move
Yeah.
this way because you'll be trying to get force from the ground. That's
Yeah.
That's actually creating rotation in the opposite way. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's better. We're unlocking the hips.
Yeah, I can feel a different sensation in the hip, yeah.
We're not trying to prescribe any particular movement. What we're trying to do is explore
Yeah.
an accumulation of rotation through the system, and actually now introducing the feet and the ankles, which there weren't before. Feel?
Yeah. Yeah. feel something in the hips that I don't normally do there. Yeah.
And then just pop back on the balance pads behind you. And just in the air, just the same thing, swishing it back and forth, Steve. Now to shift your weight, you're going to use that action we've just done. Board. So slip on there for me. Like a circus trick, isn't it? Yeah. Great, and now just some arm swings back and forth. That's it.
Balance a couple of balls on my head as well.
Notice how your feet are moving already. Kind of.
Yeah.
Now, if you go into your old pattern, you'll be gripping for balance.
Right.
You'll probably feel yourself gripping like this as your body's rotating, whereas we want to feel all this mobility from the ground. So then the feet are soft, ankles are moving, knees are moving.
To be honest, I've stopped thinking about my feet and just letting them do what they need to.
Yeah, good.
He says and loses balance.
No, that's good. Like it. Well done. And then we just take those off.
No one else has looked out of breath when you do this on your videos now.
Trust me, everyone is. So I just want you to stand now. They're just, these pressure domes are just there for reference. Just in the middle of the foot, between the balls and the wheels. So you're going to rock over those. The pressure will move over, round and over them. That's it. That's what's rocking the board. And brilliant. And just have a couple of shots for me now. Just step onto there. Just same swing, 3/4. So just a few shots. Just feeling that lower body, the foot action. Just nice, easy swings. Just exploring that pressure through the feet from front to back, back to front, heel to toe, toe to heel. Different feel?
Yeah.
What do you feel different, Steve?
I'm letting my feet almost naturally, I think, do what they want there a bit.
Yeah, good.
And my feel more was getting them hips a bit. That was more, I don't know, even though it probably looks the same, it was different. It felt different in my hip joints. So I'm just trying to just let them.
Give them freedom to move.
Yeah. I don't feel like, I don't feel like it was more manufactured before. If we're stopping it, I'm just doing that. It's an actual R1 movement.
Yeah, brilliant. It is a pattern. It naturally recoils itself like a spring. So you're starting to integrate the forces from the feet and the ankles. Well done. And at the end, just watch the ball land.
Right.
just watching the ball land, just watching so your body starts to get a feel of where this pattern takes it, so it knows it's safe, it knows it's stable at the end. And just stay there. Doesn't matter how you hit it, I mean that's good. Just watch it. Nice and easy 3-foot swings. Just watching it. Feel different?
Yeah.
What did you feel there with that?
Just a bit, say more, not stop starting a bit, it was just a bit of a flow, just letting the hips do what they want to do with that.
Yeah, brilliant. That's it. They're already going that way before you even get to the top of the swing. They've already started, yeah.
Started doing what?
Well, just have another go and you'll start to... Good.
I was thinking about them then, yeah, thinking what they're doing.
Just be aware, yeah. And that's the thing about it, you don't have to hold, just,
Yeah.
you can keep your attention on there for a bit and then move your attention on to somewhere else. So you've got a mindful awareness of what's taking place, so you can shift your awareness from one thing to another, from swing to swing.
Heal it.
Feels strange, doesn't it, when you've not been, when you've not had your focus there before.
Yeah.
Cool. So what we're going to do now, Steve, if you don't mind popping around this side, we're going to step back on this board with the pressure domes in the middle of the feet. Just support the weight of this medicine ball.
Yeah.
So there's no tension, just feeling it from your shoulders, and just using the action from the ground, so using the board, turn the hips, to swing the ball, but the ball just swings this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you doing all right?
I just budget with this.
No problem.
Is that all right?
Yeah. You got a lesson with Sam?
Yeah, he wants to take on the call.
Just setting up your motion and then get the momentum within the lower body. Further forward, this way towards me, to the right in the middle, before this way, to the right in there, right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
See
it,
it now, yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Bending forward, arms just hanging, so it's going to come from your shoulders, Steve,
Yeah.
and then your feet are rocking them. That's it. So get the, and your hips are going to be rotating too. So you use the board. Now that's kind of moving together. I want you to the board, bang the board, and then the ball reacts both ways. That's it. Feel that momentum.
Bit, I don't know if I'm still controlling it with my
No, that's
shoulders.
good. That's good. Yeah. Just so the banging the board first. Look at that. That's it. Let the ball swing. Let it react. That's it. So it'll still be suspended in air as you're changing that. That's it. Very good. And let the pelvis rotate now. Really get some hip rotation, but the ball doesn't have to swing around the body as much. So it's not, you're not physically bringing it round. It's swinging naturally.
Yeah.
Very good. You feel the sequence of how you shoot, how you basically you're using that momentum from the ground when the ball reacts later.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that energy flows all the way through the body to the ball. There's an energy flow, and the energy is originating from the ground.
Yeah.
And I just want you to make a few swings. Does it feel okay to do?
Yeah.
Just a few swings now, just in the air. Imagine the club is the medicine ball, so that's using your arms to get the power there, Steve.
Right.
Because you didn't swing the medicine ball anywhere near as fast as that. So
Okay, right.
this ball, if you were hitting it, for example, wouldn't
Yeah.
go past that person there.
Yeah.
So it's like just a little 40, 50 yard pitch. Good. Put it there. Right, so we're going to do the same thing. Place the ball wherever you need it. All I want you to do, Steve, is just in the air above the ball, same swing in the air, and whenever you feel comfortable, just clip the ball away, but at the same tempo. So it's only a little clip. So what I want you to recognise is when you decide to go for the ball, do you increase the effort, do you increase the tempo, the speed, or can you just maintain that tempo and just clip the ball, because that went way too far.
Right.
So we want to be clipping it literally with this very soft tempo, but it's coming from the board, it's coming from the ground. That's it. Good. And then just stay in, Steve. When you finish, just a second, Steve. I need, after you've hit the ball, like any golf shot, just watch it. Otherwise, you're going to keep telling your brain we need to think about the golf swing.
Yeah.
And I just want you to just recognise this momentum and where it takes you to, and that this finish, this is the end of the pattern.
Yeah.
Your body gets used to the end of the pattern, and it normalises this. It feels safe. It feels that the nervous system's going to let you start to go there when we want to go there with speed.
Yeah.
Because when we want to go there with speed, it's going to compromise our balance even more. So I want you to get comfortable at the minute, just rocking the board, just in the air, back and forth. That's it. Feel like you're throwing the club back from the board using the board. That's it. Use the momentum from the board to create the momentum with the swing. And I want you to dial it right down. So it's just, you've still got that momentum and sequence, but it's slow. So I don't want you to start the ball. So remember you're swinging over the ball. That's it. Very slower, that's it. But when we say slower, Steve, we don't mean the whole body. So let me show you.
Right.
So, if you don't mind stepping there. So what you're doing, setting it off in motion. So there's a, your arms are just reacting, and you can just clip that away. It's very soft speed, and then just watch it.
Yeah.
And I've done that too hard.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's just
And what was
letting
I
the
doing?
arms
What was I doing?
react just a little bit. When you wanted to slow it down, everything started moving together, as opposed to keeping the sequence. You can still slow it down but keep the sequence. Can you see my feet are still, whereas you started slowing the leg action and just doing it.
Right.
Basically just not, I want you to maintain that leg action. So you still, that's it, good. Get the arms just swing, good. I'm just going to pop the ball in, just over the ball first. When you feel comfortable, just collect it. Well done. Now notice how much rotation you get in.
Yeah.
Because of you not being getting the rotation from the lower body at the right time, you've had to do it with the upper body.
Right.
And now when we introduce the rotation through the whole body, you've got tons of it.
Right.
So what will tend to happen is your release will start to stabilise itself.
Yeah.
Your body will start to reorganise how it transfers the rotation. So a few more swings over the ball. Just over the ball. Find your tempo. Just over the ball. That's it. to have our attention elsewhere too.
Yeah.
So let's just, yeah. So over the ball, we're going through there.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Whenever you decide to clip the ball, that's where it's going, just through there. And can you keep the same tempo with or without the ball? Or do you speed it up? See if you can keep the tempo the same even with when you decide to go for the ball. Yes. Well done. Nice.
Is everyone holding that back?
You're doing good. It's just showing you what you've been doing with your release. This is why you couldn't get the sweet spot to the ball.
Right.
It'll change. It's probably going to get a lot worse before you get to just enjoy what's happening. Just enjoy the process because embrace the chaos. It's like an exorcism, there's going to be some scary moments. So at the minute,
Yeah.
the pull draws, but this is your bad shot.
Yeah.
Okay? But do you know what? Often, your bad shot has probably been really good sequencing.
Right.
You've probably actually got closer to a really efficient sequence when you've hit the pull draws. You just thought that was a bad shot. So what you've done is, you've gone back and you've started to try and compensate, adjust your sequence to hit the ball straight. But the problem is, that has compromised how you transfer energy through the whole system. So you've suddenly lost that transfer, that flow.
Yeah. Well, I've always got fear of the release.
Yeah.
Because it introduces that. So
This is why I'm taking you into this place. So this is at the moment. You will, if I left you, you'd be doing this all day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
At the minute, I just want you to just recognise where these rotations are coming from, because now you've got the lower body mobile.
Yeah.
So you can start it through the hoop here.
I keep trying to, but yeah, no.
So exaggerate it. You're doing good. Notice how it's all the same every time. Don't try and manipulate it. Leave the club behind you. That's it. So what would you need to do to start the ball further right? Not with your swing.
No.
Think of face and path. What's happening with face and path? Where's the face?
Switch way over
It's
there.
close. So what could we do to the face?
Right. Point it over there.
Point it, just open it up.
Right.
Now try it.
Look.
Over the ball
Is that not
first.
going that way though?
Don't worry. Well, that's the idea. So over the ball, over it, over it, over it, over it. So swing it over the ball. Let it go. That's it. Whatever you feel comfortable, you clip it away through there. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just watch the ball and just stay in your finish. I want you to watch the ball land, Steve. You must watch it land, because I want you to see where it spins when it lands. So over the ball, you can't start from there to hit it. You've got to be in motion. Ah.
Yeah. So I forgot.
Yeah, stay there. You want to watch it?
Yeah.
Your body needs to know
Yeah.
what that movement you just created did.
Yeah. Right.
See, your movement,
Yeah.
okay, toddlers can't really speak in complex, they can't speak in complex, detailed language, most, okay? You might get the odd enigma, but they're moving and learning by adapting to their environment in response to a task. And all they need to do is see the outcome and they adapt. We're the same. We've been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years, and our language has changed dramatically. Yet we've always been able to move and react and adapt, and that's why we're here today through self-preservation. We've been throwing and hitting and kicking things since day dot, and we didn't need particular language, and we definitely didn't need to be thinking about any mechanics. What we did need to know is we needed to know if I'm throwing a spear at a lion, okay, and it's coming for me, and I've got 2 or 3 spears, and one misses, I need to know that next one I'm going to get it before it gets me. Okay, as an extreme scenario. But there ain't no time to be thinking about mechanics, and there is no language connected to that. It's just pure intention. Now, in order to refine your movement, okay, we need to connect our action to that intention. So we need to see the outcome, because the most important swing in golf is the next one. But if you don't look at the outcome, how do we calibrate the golf swing? Because what your body's seeing when it sees that ball flight, it's also seeing face-to-path relationship. It's also so. If this is what's going to elevate your game, when you see a ball fly, you're going to start to react to that ball flight and understand the face-to-path. So instead of when I said to you, what do you need to change to make the ball go through the hoop, the first thing you did was you looked at your hands and your body and you started going around here as if you were going to tell me, well, I probably need to swing out this way more. So you're going to start telling me about mechanics and movement. I'm going to change. Now that would change path and phase and stuff like this, but on a much more simple, primitive level. Okay, the direction we throw it, and the orientation of the thing we're using. So, the only 2 things we need to know, you've been on lots of launch monitors and stuff, so you know. What's the one thing that influences where the ball starts? The face. So that wherever that club face is pointing when you hit the ball, the face, that's where it's going. And the path, what's the spin? So if you're hitting balls that start over here, that's where the club face was pointing. And if they're drawing, that means your path must have been over here. Now if they're drawing a lot, that means there's a bigger gap. So we've got options here. We can either move the whole thing round here, or the first thing you do is you shift your face. Now this gap's going to get smaller, so you might only get small draws. Even worse, you might end up with your face going too far and you pass this way and it does this, which is what you were fearing. Okay? But if that does happen, that's fine, because when what we do is we go, well, we need to shift our path this way. We don't need to change the face, but now we've got this again. So what you're starting to learn is how to regulate the tolerance between these two. As opposed to thinking of where am I going in a line, setting up and just swinging. We need to. This is a, if you like, this is a bandwidth that we need to operate within. We've got to attune ourselves to this with your release pattern. What will then happen is the body, like throwing a ball, will start to sequence from the ground, because it recognises what you need to do here. So it can organise. Your feet are helping to swing the club head. Your ankles are helping to swing the club head. Everything's helping to swing the club head, and it will, like throwing a ball, you let everything go. So all the body needs is to know where you want to go, and that is down to the visualization aspect. So it's like, so what kind of curvature do you see? So we're going to start to look at the curvature and see if we can minimise it and then increase it. So when you do start getting big draws, you can just intuitively and just instinctively, with very little ease, very little effort, should I say, just ease, I can feel that. I can feel the little draw. I can feel the bigger draw. I can feel the little fade. Instead of having to have 2 kind of very different swings for a fade or a draw. Because your swing has been way too much effort. Because as soon as we started to introduce the feet, you start getting hooks, which means all that rotation that you're seeing has been coming from here previously. And what we're going to start to learn is, I mean, this might feel like an open face, because maybe your face has been too closed. Maybe. Now, if you think about a closed face, if you've got a closed face, that's all right. providing you're getting loads of rotation from the body. Because if you need to get any rotation from here, it's going to go left. So it means you've got to go to the body, but if you've not been using the feet and the ankles, where do we get the rotation from? Because we can't get it through this part of the chain, or it goes left. So now you've got to use the torso and the hips, and you've got to max them out. And that's limiting. You're only using a very small, well, they're big joints, but you're using only, say, a third or 2/3 of the system. And I'd say 1/3, because you've got the arms, the shoulders, the arms, the wrists, which are delivering the torque. The wrists are providing the torque for the club, and that's an accumulation through the system. But if it's blocked, because if your face is shut, you can't use too much of this, and you can't use too much of that, or you're going to go. So you've really now it's almost becoming a rigid segment. So now you've got to move it.
Sometimes finding it or holding it off. You know, instinctively, I must feel like it's here at some stage, and feel like I'm holding it. That's
so that might also be linked to the stagger of the unload.
Right.
Because so what ultimately we want to do here, Steve, is let this thing freewheel. And you're getting there. You've had a few already where you've just let it go, and then this is where we need to go. So I want you to watch the ball land, and when it lands, now it could be the terrain, but I want you to watch where it spins as well.
Right.
Does it spin right? Does it spin left? What spin are you putting on the ball?
Right.
You'll see it in the air anyway. But I want you to read the ball fly. Because it's like putting. If you had a big right to left put, you'd be looking at the brake, and then you'd be swinging to the brake. Same thing here. We're looking at the curvature of the ball, which is the brake, just in the air, and we're starting to swing to that brake in the sky. Just have a few more swings over the ball, and shift that. Make sure your focus is on the ball fly. And I want you to imagine afterwards, I want you to reflect on where your club face must have been and the path.
So you don't want to try and do that now, or
just play a shot through here, and then watch what happens to the
pre-decide
ball.
what shot I want them to play.
Pardon?
Do you want me to pre-decide what shot I want to play? Or
Just you can play a draw or a fake,
Right.
whichever you want.
I don't think I can play a favourite. No.
It's going to be so much easier. Let's go for the draw through here. Just over the ball first. That's it. Use your level ball. That's it. Give it momentum. Just like a medicine ball. Just watch it.
Oh, I forgot to watch it.
Even if you don't like the shot, watch the ball. Otherwise, you're telling your body, at the moment of impact, if you don't feel good, you don't watch it, you're not interested. Now, if we don't hit that many out the middle, nobody. That means there's going to be a lot of shots that you're never even paying attention to and getting feedback from. We want to watch every ball. That's it. So you're going to watch this ball right, you're going to watch it land. Just watch it land. So, where did the ball start? Just left. So, think about now. Face. So open it up a little bit. So now we're just working, just focusing on. That's it. And now open the ball, in motion. There you go. And notice the strike's better. See, a club face that's opening and closing. When this club face is opening, where's the sweet spot pointing? Up. And when it's closing, where's it pointing? Where's it going? Down. Okay. So if I've got a club face that's rotated, I'm not talking about doing all this. It's part of the sequence. If I've got a club face that's free to rotate, because the wrists are just like a universal hinge, they're reacting to the sequence. If we've got them reacting and it's rotating, you've got a sweet spot. It's going down as you're rotating, but because it's closing, you've got rotation here. We've got rotations in all your planes. And you've got a sweet spot that's coming down. It's coming down this way. It's coming down that way. And essentially now you're delivering that. You're de-lofting it on a path that's functional. So you only got a little draw. Whereas if you've got a really shut face, okay, if you do open it and then you start to close it, if you start using your wrist to close it, if you let the wrist react, you're probably going to shut it too much. So what you're going to start doing is start probably holding it off.
Yeah.
You try holding the ball off if you try to throw it. You can't get the snap.
Does that explain quite a lot of the ones I get here? Because I'm not coming so much over the top. If I'm coming in like that, then you're naturally going to get air in it.
Well, if you think about, if this is here and you've got a club face that's closing, where the sweet spots come in, exactly. Whereas if you're not, if that's back there and you're doing this, so you've got a sweet spot that's coming back round to the ball.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to go like that.
Plus you'll notice that the ones that you've just opened the face and let go have been nice sweet strikes.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's letting you rotate.
Yeah.
And that rotation is coming through here starters. That's it. Use the ball to throw the club back and through. So 2 or 3 before you get going. That's it. So we can get that face.
Yeah, I think it started with the face here, then the mid thing. I thought, oh no, I've got to pull that way.
That's it. Just keep your grip on the ball. Just make some circles. Feel what it's like to rotate, open and close, and the path this way. You're trying to play draw or fade. Just let your wrist feel the articulation of the wrist. That's it. Just waggling it, and then just settling into you. That's it. So you won't notice you fell forward.
Yeah.
So that's just the footwork. That's your pressure going. That's your upper body, and that's you going onto your toes. Use the domes under the feet. That's it. And I want you to just think about the effort level that you're putting in. That's not the speed. We're still keeping this nice speed to it, but just think about the effort level out of 10. We want to keep it the same. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. We're not interested in any of that. We're interested in this in a minute. So improving, developing your skill is being really skilled at having your attention in the right place and not getting distracted by, because at the minute the golf shot's not our performance variable. So some of the best practice sessions you might ever have are the ones where you're at the worst. You actually learn the most. That's it. So can you get the speed from the board at the bottom? That's it. Can we get the speed from the board, not the arms? Well done. So there's some stuff going on here. Yeah, there's some stuff I can see happening. It'll be fine, but I can see some stuff that's going on. It's just interference at the minute, but it's good interference. Because what you're not used to at the moment is moving this much.
Yeah.
And you'll see on the video how you're moving. What's happening is you're starting to move the whole, see everything's starting to react.
Yeah.
So there's not as much tension. The body's starting to redistribute its tension.
Yeah.
Okay? Cool. Now I want you to start the ball this time And I want you to rock it forward before you swing back.
Rock and throw before.
Yeah, so you start here, the ground, and then just start on your back foot first. So you go forward, to then swing back,
Okay.
swing through. So it kind of creates the momentum, Steve. That's it. Good, that's how you're going to play it. So set up to the ball, and it's 1, 2, 3, you play it. So you go 1, 2, 3. Good. And I want you to just count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you keep that tempo with the feet. Notice it slowed right down.
Yeah, I want to.
And then it kind of stalled. Yeah. So that's like going 1, 2.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas that is the athletic aspect of it. 2 to 3
Yeah.
is the
Right.
okay, and this is the area where you stall. Because traditionally you've thought about it.
Yeah. Right.
So, well, historically you've thought
Yeah.
about it, and what I want you to do, that is the subconscious elements of the swing. That's where you speed it up. 1, 2, 3. So start at the ball and just count in your mind. Use the count 1, 2, 3 at the banging of the board. 2. Yes, well done.
It doesn't feel like you can possibly do it quick enough for me, really.
1, 2. That was brilliant. The arms. What you'll start to trust is the arms will catch up. Yeah, look. See the difference?
Yeah.
Totally different golf shot.
Yeah.
So you're starting to put trust in your body,
Right.
and let it. It may start to feel like a blur. It may feel like it's, but that's where true action lies. We don't think. If we were throwing a ball,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be trying to consciously control this arm. You accept.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like probably it's going to be a blur. I don't need to be. But what you do trust is the whole pattern. You trust the whole sequence, and you can feel it through the body, starting from here. If I'm going to throw a ball, the first thing that's going to start moving, my feet and my hands, but my feet are going to really start to move. So if you just keep your count, keep your mind on that count. So I want you, the 2, yeah, 2, and it's, yeah, that's what play, the 2, 3. So start the ball, set your ball where you want it, and be quite assertive with it. Push forward on 1, back on 2, through on 3. Yeah, so speed up the tempo. 1, 2, 3. Too slow. Now that doesn't mean that your swing was too slow.
Yeah.
It means that you didn't bang, you shift your pressure early enough. It stayed back.
Yeah.
You see, think about throwing again. The arm's going this way, and my pressure has gone that way.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing in golf. The pressure's gone that way, even though your arms might even feel like they're still going this way. It's like I can't possibly get back to the ball.
Yeah.
But you will do,
Right.
and that's when you'll start to really let go, and you'll start to experience what you did a minute ago, where you'll get a totally different fly and stride. So I want you to just commit to that 1, 2, 3. Keep that 2, 3 the same speed, same tempo. Well done. Still a little bit upper body. That's okay.
Well, I feel like I've got to do that to catch up.
Yeah.
But,
And what you'll, and this is, exactly, because that's what you're used to.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
But this is because you've been used to bringing the sweet spot this way,
Yeah.
as opposed to when you do this.
Yeah.
That's all. But as
Yeah.
soon as we start to leave the club behind,
Yeah.
and even previously, you trying to leave the club behind may have helped a little bit,
Yeah.
but without all these joint actions further down, it would have been really difficult. So now you can really let the feet go earlier and the club come later.
Feet really club.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I'll get some top spin off this one.
You will.
Ping pong.
See what you can. See if you can do anything with that. That's sweet.
Yeah.
We'll get a few more balls. Now, when you do your 1, just start again for me. You can let your hands go with you too, so you can feel like you. That's it. Use your wrists, and that could all. You could even point that club face where you intend the ball to start.
Mm-hmm.
So you use that forward press as part of the system. This is also part of the intention.
Yeah.
It's like if you were about to throw a dart or play snooker, you'd be like this.
Yeah.
Okay, in the intention with the dart, with the cue, with the club.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So you're starting to get a sense for the end of the chain.
Yeah.
That's it, and then forward press it where you want to go. That's it. Have a few swings on the board. So it's all experimentation. The practice ground is a fail-safe environment. We can do whatever we like here. There's no bad shots. It's just learning. So setting up and going 1, 2, 3. Forward press on the 1. So even more upbeat than that. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be a full swing. It can just be. Yeah, well done.
I feel like I'm having to try and catch up. Really go.
Just leave it. See what happens. If you shank it, you shank it. If you top it, you top it. Just see what happens. The later you leave it, the more you're going to surprise yourself.
Right.
But that means the earlier you have to go with the feet. Yep. So counting the banging.
So that was.
But exactly so. But at least now you're starting to recognise when you use your arms and when you don't. So you're starting to learn about the feeling you're getting. Bigger forward press now. Really go with the banging of the board on 1. But as in with the hands. So what you did there was yeah, you went like this. You did a bigger, you did a bigger bang, but your hands didn't move.
Oh, okay. Right.
So that's like a big lever you've got to suddenly use. Whereas let the wrists go with you. That's it. Yeah. Even more with the wrists. Just, I'm not saying this is what you can do when you actually swing.
Yeah,
I want the body to recognise this part of the map. Watching it, staying in your finish.
Left to right.
Yeah, left to right, which is unusual. Bigger forward press. Go on, really forward press with the wrist. That's it. And then leave.
I'm supposed to be leaving my arms up there, am I? I'm still in between thinking leave it or hit it.
Yeah, leave it. Don't. Never thinking hit. They'll find the way back to the ball by you banging the board. So we're never physically trying to hit the ball.
Right.
It's your sensation of leaving the club behind and letting it just trail. Yeah, that was good. Well done. Holding the finish, stay in that place. So I just want you to just take let's put the ball there, and let's just do it with one hand on the club now. So we've got just the right. Let's take the domes away as well for a sec. Let's have a few swings now, just above the ball first. So noticing how the club. So at the end, if you feel where you're applying tension to stop it, just let that go. And what actually brings it back is the banging of the board.
Right.
So not you physically with your arm, Steve. It's you're going to bang the board to bring the club back. So it'd be a massive overswing if you didn't get back early enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's the pressure.
Yeah, because at first then I thought it's going to come down and hit me or something. Yeah.
So use the board and that will bring it back. So if you go earlier with the board, you'll start to really feel even early before the club even gets to the top. Right. So it's 1, 2, 3, much earlier with the bang forward first. Perfect. Well done. Well done. So there's a change of direction. You've got the golf, you've got the starting to get the golf club reacting.
Right.
This,
Yeah.
reacting to this.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you feel a difference there?
Yeah, yeah.
The weight of the club reacted to the board. And no, nothing in the wrists either. You let the wrists, they just go, the elbow goes, the shoulder goes. What brings it back is the pressure. And then pop both hands on it for me. And just do your 1, 2, 3 swing. Forward pressing on one with you. So you need a little forward press with the hands, otherwise you've got tension in the wrists. Just watch it. And then just step onto the mat for me now, just hit a few, just about easy 3/4, just one, using the 1, 2, 3, it's still just using that exercise. Using the feet to just throw that club back.
I think that was the sweetest stuff. That's right, but I noticed I paused a bit then. It wasn't deliberate, so I don't know if that was good or bad, but my 1, 2, 3 probably went out the window.
No, well, you know that pause,
Yeah.
it depends what your attention's on. See what it's like with, maybe that pause is a reaction to the feet. Maybe the feet have changed direction, and this is just, you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Being going there for that long,
Right,
changing
yeah.
direction, because it's doing this, it's reacting. So you might have interpreted that as pausing, but actually it's not stopping.
Yeah.
It's just spending longer back there, and then because you've already gone, it's like throwing the ball. I'm here now.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for it to
Well,
go.
sometimes I've done it, you see, because in the past I've always had quite a short. It's felt like I've seen evidence in the past, quite a short backswing. So I think sometimes if I've been a bit anxious, you know, you've got one shot that I've got to count and get that anxiety comes in. I don't complete my backswing and I'll be like, I can't wait to get down like that. So I don't know if my pausing sometimes helps me just to make her feel I get there.
Maybe this might be a different type though, because you've moved so different.
Yeah.
Because you've rotated from the body. Now I mean your hips, your lower body's moving a very different way.
Yeah.
But use the 1, 2 to get that.
Yeah.
Now let's see if you can play that draw now. So moving, yeah, a little bit of a draw arc. Let this thing freewheel. Just hold it there. So let the club still carry on.
Yeah. I never do that, do I?
Yeah. So let this club. You're stopping this golf club.
Yeah.
So let's see where. Just make a practice swing for me. See where this release takes it. Oh, that's it. Hold it there. So just have a swing now. Use the 1, 2, 3, and use that natural snap. Yeah, there. Just do it again for me.
Yeah.
Stay there. And that's how you're going to be when you watch the ball land.
Right.
So we're going to use your 1, 2, 3 to go where we tapped. And just watch it. Just stay in that place watching it. And again. So you're starting to sense a full motion. You're not always going to use the full motion, but we want to know where this free-wheeling swing takes us. There. Can you feel?
Yeah.
Well done. Nice strike. Feel different letting the club go that far?
Yeah, I don't do it deliberately, but for whatever reason, yeah, I've just been holding it there, yeah. It's not like I'm trying to be Tommy Fleetwood, it's just, yeah.
But you know that shot's there if you want it, but then if you want a nice, flighted, drawn 7, letting the whole thing react to the system, let the feet go. Just held off
Still
again.
hold it again there, yeah. So that's not a deliberate
intentional.
action. Yeah.
No.
Again, it's probably been years of thinking I'm going to pull it, and I feel like I'm holding it off, you see, a bit.
So explosive, but a much softer action was letting everything, the arms and club react to the feet, to the momentum from the feet. Yeah. Does that feel different?
Yeah.
The timing's changing.
Yeah.
Timing is movement, movement is timing, so
Yeah.
you're starting to recognise it. It's alright.
It's a fraction, it's one of those that's a decent shot on a mat.
We'll go on the grass a bit.
Yeah, they can hide a multitude of sins, can't they, these mats? Can't they? See all my strikes still a bit more that way still.
So we want to let the golf club truly react to the feet. So if you just take your setup,
Yeah.
okay, and from that setup, if you were to, without the ball, just keep your setup from that setup.
Yeah.
If you were going to throw that club back now, don't let go of it, but just imagine you throwing it back.
Where to?
So as if you were going to just throw it back.
Yeah.
Good. And again, just get a sense of what that feels from here.
Yeah.
To throw it straight back. Feel what it like, sense what it feels like from here, straight away to get that feel of throwing there. Good. And again. Good. And again. To throw it, as if you're throwing it against that wall. That's it. So if you were to let go of it, not really not go, the feeling is if you let go to hit the wall here.
Yes.
And clatter it, that's it. So there's an up, that's it.
Yeah.
Now just let's start to get a sense of, it's not, the backswing's not a slow thing. A sequence backswing looks smooth and can look slow, but it's not. There's a,
Yeah. I'm still trying to do all this a bit minute, and that just went just there. I just felt. Oh yeah.
just goes there.
Yeah.
And it's going there from you using
Right,
the thing.
yeah.
So use that now to just throw it back. Well done.
Yeah.
Excellent, that Steve.
And because there was more momentum going that way, I'd naturally went through there. Yeah.
So we actually need to speed the backswing up, but that's from the feet. It's
Yeah.
speeding the tempo up. There you go. And notice where you follow through finish.
Yeah, I
right
just
around
that
here.
wasn't- It just.
Now this is the
natural.
part of the swing, probably, that's been the most conscious, the most deliberate over the last few years of you thinking about it. And what's happened is it's slowed right down.
Yeah.
And it's because what does tend to happen is you pick the club up and move it outside with your hands.
Yeah.
So you've been used to positioning.
Yeah.
We want that golf club reacting to the forces from the feet.
Yeah.
So that means when you push forward using the feet to throw it back,
Yeah.
there's no, because what have you just done if you do that? You've moved the club that way.
Yeah.
You've moved the heel forward.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean you're going to hit it out the heel, but it means you're shifting forward.
Yeah.
It's like I've got a cricket bat and I'm going to start now with it out here.
Yeah.
I've got to do something to bring it back.
Because I never played as a kid, never had lessons or anything like that. It was only trying to re-educate myself once I've already ingrained, I'd shit myself. And it was like, when I first picked the club up, I went like this, I think, because somebody must have said at some stage, no,
You need to keep
outside
it
your hand and
outside.
all that stuff. So, and I was over there, and
And what it did was it stalled your pressure shift as well in your backswing, because we saw your pressure kind of staggered.
Yeah.
So we want to be forward press and then throw it back behind you. So we're speeding it up from the beginning.
Yeah.
1, 2. Different shot in it.
Yeah.
But I want to see a 1, 2, 1, 2. Because you know that forward press. This is a counter move, Steve. This is loading you to unload to throw it back. Because we unload in the backswing.
Yeah.
Very good. All the way through to where we tapped.
Yeah.
The speed of the backswing
Yeah.
will take you to where we tapped. So you need to go much quicker at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah, you need to, as in, speed up the tempo.
Right.
So take your set up
Yeah.
and just practice pushing. So I want you to go. So you're going to push. Yeah, go one, and then imagine you're going to then go. Yeah, you'll feel the pressure
Right.
against my foot on 2.
Yeah.
So push forward and then go 2,
Right.
1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Faster with your lower body now. Yes, that's it. You'll get natural. There we go. You've got a natural tension against me.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to create it. You just, it happens. That's it. Really fire your hips on the way. There we go. You're really getting. That's it. So you're pushing off the ground,
Yeah.
and that's going to throw the club.
Yeah.
That's what gives you that natural momentum. Awesome.
It wasn't clean, but it's still. It feels.
Right.
Oh, it just feels quicker, doesn't it? Yeah.
So waggle the club as you. When you're waggling it, you don't need to look at it. You've been playing golf long enough now to not have to look at the club and the grip.
Yeah.
Just feel it.
Yeah.
And you can have a look for affirmation, but you don't need to control it. Just setting up now, and then just 1, 2, 3. Nice. And there's a different weight shift emerging.
Yeah. Feel it.
So when you go on, just go back on the board for me.
Yeah.
I want you to feel that happens first.
Yeah.
So you go forward and back, 1, 2. Before that's it. So 1 second, I'm going to just come back down here.
Yeah.
Don't swing yet. So just don't swing the club. Just go start on your back foot. Go 1, 2. So start on the back foot. Go 1, 2. That's it. Just do it. 1, 2. And again, just keep doing that. 1, 2. Keep going. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, and then the club will go after the 2. 1, 2, then the club goes.
Right.
So it goes forward on 1, 2, and then the club goes. They don't go together.
Right.
And then the 3 goes.
But the 3 goes. I'm stamping that. Am I?
Before you get into the top. So it's like 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Yeah. So your pressure's leading the golf swing.
Right.
That board leads your golf swing in both directions. So if you feel the board banging at the same time you're swinging,
Yeah.
then it's too close together.
Right. Right.
For example, if we were to take it to the extreme,
Yeah.
just hold your club and I want you to do some really short swings as in the air, just in the air, really short swings as fast as you can. Right, like this. Really fast with your wrists. Off you go with your wrist. And notice how early that board has to go.
Right.
Way earlier.
Yeah.
So that's the extreme version. That's it. Yeah, look at that. So for you to be able to change direction, you had to really.
Yeah.
That's where power that's the coiling and uncoiling.
Yeah.
So what you
You
felt
can
there
feel
was
it,
an
yeah.
extreme
Even though I'm not
version.
using it.
Yeah, you'll tap into it.
Yeah.
You've just been used to swinging at a. You've
Yeah.
dialed it right down.
Yeah.
Because you had to dial it down to be conscious of it.
Yeah.
To think about your golf swing. But the swing doesn't start when you're taking the club back from the ball. The swing starts when you're going forward on 1. You're already on. You're off and running now. 1, 2, 3. Yes, well done. So your golf swing isn't here. The golf swing's underway now.
Right.
It's soft and flowing. Because you've already decided what shot you want to play. Well done. You feel a bit different?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So this tempo is a lot more upbeat. The pressure's going side to side. On that pressure plate, it'll be going, which is exactly what we want.
I mean, you know, the old adage, feel and real, totally different, but it feels like I'm really rushing.
Does it?
Yeah. I suppose that's where speed comes from, doesn't it? And
From the ground.
What I'm missing it, yeah. Yeah, the way it's finished there, I feel like when you see Bryson DeChambeau doing all that.
And if you see, this is it's the swan on the water.
Yeah,
Feet are doing
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Swan's just doing that.
Yeah.
Looks really serene and elegant, right? The golf swing, all this looks very elegant and sequenced and smooth. This is where the dynamism is. This is what's creating that sequencing. Right. So using that board with a more upbeat tempo, that's it. And just letting your arms go along for the ride. 1, 2, 3.
This whole will work out today.
So notice where you're swinging.
Right.
If we start to just shift your swing direction.
Yeah.
So now do your 1, 2, 3. Through there. Now you've got to hit it. You've got to start it through there. So your 1 is. It's more out the centre of the club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what you're actually perceiving to be here
Yeah.
is actually over here.
Yeah.
So what all you need to do, Steve, is switch your swing direction over here. That
Yeah.
means the feeling of the arc,
Yeah.
and let this club freewheel, let it release.
Still holding off for some reason.
There is a little bit,
Yeah.
it's okay. You've been used to doing it for years.
Yeah.
So, start to let it go. First of all, just keep your attention there, that's it. Nice. So feel your swing direction more to the right now. Really try and hit a big draw. That was really good. Okay, so this time I'm just going to put these on.
Yeah.
Now you're only going to be able to do little swings. You just twist them as when you bang back, twist them when you bang through. So I just want you to do some swings over the ball,
Yeah.
and then just clip it away. But just small swings over the ball. Notice how difficult it is at first. So you're losing your balance. So what you need to do is just use your wrists. Just swing over the ball. We're not hitting the ground. Just over the ball. Swing through. Hold it there. Just use your wrists. Go on, back and through. Just the wrist. That's it. You're not going to hit it yet. So you're banging, just soft back and through. So we shouldn't at any point feel like your balance is compromised. Otherwise you're using too much what you're used to using is upper body. So let your arms just swing down past your chest on the way through. Just let them swing past your body, that's it. Let them just swish past you. There we go, so your body's doing less.
Yeah.
You've been used to doing so much.
Yeah.
Just let them swish. You're doing nothing with your body, you're just twisting the feet and letting the wrist swish it past you. Keep swinging, but softer. Softer, shorter, and in this direction. Just let it swish past you in this direction. Over here, your club's still going over that way. So that's it, let your hands swing out. Good. Brilliant.
I don't feel my hands will work for you. I also feel that maybe I just restrict them and bring them here. Yeah.
You've just got, so now you've got, but this is, you see, if the club's behind,
Yeah.
I mean, just think of it sequentially. Just do it again for me. Swing back. If your club's behind and you're banging the board, rotating the body, your hands are working that way, the club's going to swing, but it's going to go this way. And you're over here. Okay. And then it's especially if you're trying to play a draw with a swing direction to the right. So you're feeling a hand path that's a lot more over here. Now that's not to say you're always going to play this shot. What you might do sometimes is you might play the shot the way you're playing it if you want to play a hard fade.
Yeah.
Because what your body action, the form is, it's like a hard fade.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's okay. But we know from the pressure plate that it's not giving you the forces you need for your full free flowing action.
Yeah.
So just letting your hands just react to that. That's it. Let the club swish. So this is the exercise is the test and the test is the exercise. So letting your feet twist when you bang it. So it's a bang and a twist on the way back and a bang and a twist, that's it. But only the lower body. So your upper body's been used to moving. Yes, now just let the wrists go with it, just the wrists. Just swish the wrist with it. Over here more. See if you can let your hands just drift, just redirect your hand path that way, Steve. There we go. Yes, brilliant. That's excellent. Really, really good. Step forward onto the mat, just over a few swings. Just back and forth. With this hand out here, just half swings. Just in the air. That's it. Just waiting for that swish of the club. Just wait for it to swish past your body. And let the swish take you to where I tapped it. All the way through. There we go. Just in the air though, don't hit the floor. Just in the air. I want you to feel the snap of the club head. That's it. Feel the swish take you to that place. Direct the swish over here. That's it. Different feel?
Yeah, yeah.
Now just take a couple of shots for me. Just through there. Let the swish do it. Well done. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Through the hoop here, drawing it back and letting the
Puzzled.
Yeah, you didn't look where you were going. So I was saying, look over here, Steve, and you were
Right.
looking down. You've spent so much of your life looking down,
Yeah.
and down here, there is zero information. So while you're looking down here, just a sec, 'cause you're doing it now. Okay, just a sec. So while you're looking down here,
Yeah.
you must be thinking of something.
Right.
And you're probably thinking of your golf swing. Okay?
Right.
So, because the less time you spend looking there, the less time you're reacting to this.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going. This is the golf shot. Okay, this is what you're doing is like looking at the cue ball all the time in snooker,
Yeah.
and just smashing the cue ball.
Yeah.
Okay, and then looking up, and then did it go straight? And if it didn't go straight, you look back down again.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we've got to have our attention in the right place for the information, so
Yeah.
that what we're doing here has meaning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all this isn't relatable to anything really, apart from a good strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've got so much potential. I mean, you're off 6 with your world handicap. Literally looking at the ball and just hitting the ball,
Yeah.
as opposed to connecting with the golf shot and the environment and actually feeling the golf shot,
Yeah.
and starting to let your body just react to the sequence. So starting to spend more time looking here. They did a study on the European Tour over the last, I think, 6 years, and the results were out a couple of years ago, and they found, not that we're comparing by any stretch, but it's not about how they swing or how they move, but the better performing players spent more time looking where they're going than looking down there.
Right.
So the highest money earners
Yeah.
were looking there more than there, and they
Yeah.
weren't spending as long on the ball.
Yeah.
So, and they were kind of, there was a flow, there's a process. What I want you to do is literally, let's start over there, and I want you to walk up to the ball, and as you're walking up to the ball, you're going to look where you want to go. And what you're going to do is, you're not going to make a practice swing, okay? And you're going to grip the club in one hand, any hand you want, but when you go to grip this club, you can't look at your grip. So what you're going to do, if you stand over there, I'll show you. This is, you'll find your own way of doing it, but in fact, we'll move over here for a sec. So you've got more room. What you're going to do, like most of the players you'll see on tour, they'll be doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Or they'll be moving, they're not doing this. And getting, it's like, and then what I want you to do is walk in, and while you're walking in, you're aware of where the ball is. I mean, the ball's not moving, so we don't have to worry about the ball.
Yeah.
We don't have to be concerned. We're thinking where we're going, and then you can look where the ball is, but then look back up. And then what I want you to do is take your grip, feel the club face, then take your stance, and now you can look at the ball just to get settled, but then you look back up again. Get yourself, make any adjustment you want, and then get yourself settled, and then play. If, when you look down, the club face doesn't look right, you don't adjust it by looking at it here, because you've just broken the circuit. That needs to respond to you looking out there.
Right.
So you look out there, make the adjustment, then look back. And if that looks right now, you've used the right process. That's reacted to you using that visual intention, as opposed to me lining this up, because what am I like? I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's about right. This thing's 150 yards away.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be looking, well, that looks a bit too open. Yeah, that looks about right. That's good. Now I'll go with it. Okay. So just use your visual.
Yeah.
So start back here. Picture your golf shot where you want to go. Draw, fade, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And now walk in. So picture that shot. As you're looking out there, take your grip, waggle, and get settled. Then play your shot. Did it go where roughly?
Well, yeah. I was thinking that that's the pin.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start the two wooden posts over there and draw it.
So you did it?
So it did it, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't go very far. Was it a shitty ball?
Yeah, don't worry though about that. What I want to do is at the moment, we're not trying to get all our ducks in a row.
Yeah.
I want you to just be picturing where you want to go and spending time looking in this field of view.
Right, okay.
Because that's what's going to happen on a golf course.
Yeah.
Off we go. Just waggling the club.
Yeah.
That's it. Now on the next one, use your 1, 2, 3. So you're there and you're settling it, you get into this golf shot, see your golf shot first, and then use that intention. There's intention all the time in the swing. Just watch the shot.
Yeah, I'll just stay out there.
Just stay down.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a couple more doing this, and then I want to show you how you're going to recognise the unloading. What to do is a couple more of those.
Yeah.
So getting used to standing back there and seeing your shot. And then walking in, looking where you're going, waggling the club as you take the grip, and not having to look at the grip or the club, just reacting to that momentum from the feet now. Well done. Feel a bit different?
Yeah.
You'll notice a difference. I'm saying it so you see it, you'll recognise it on the video, time-wise. You'll notice a big difference in your movement there.
Yeah.
The way that you reacted to the ground.
But it's putting all them bits together as well, because I don't feel like I'm as vigorously doing that like I was before. Right or wrongly, there's so many different things I've got to put together.
Well, you don't have to put them. The body pull. Yeah, the body will organise it without you thinking.
Right.
This is the essence of the session.
Yeah.
The underlying, if you like, theme will be that the body will organise itself, because you don't have, providing your attention's out there, all we're doing here is creating awareness and layering the awareness, developing a level of awareness where the body will start to recognise it's where it is in space, and you will accept it. Right. You will let this just happen. That's the thing. So by you looking out there and just going, using the momentum, it's the timing that this movement reacts to. Use that momentum with the timing, 1, 2, 3. Just watch it. And then make it just set up again, have another go. Change the timing with the ground. Well done.
Not mind full finishing someone off.
That's alright, and again, doesn't matter, and again.
Yeah.
See if you can create the power through the 3. 1, 2, 3 to take you to that place. Yeah. Use the 3. Well done, that's different, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Further, better fly.
Just by doing more of that, it went. Yeah.
To you it might feel like just doing more of that. What it is, essentially what you're letting happen is you're tapping, you're creating a pressure shift which allows loads of joints to work.
Yeah.
Without that shift pressure there, you've restricted the system.
Yeah.
So it's recognising that this movement needs this timing.
And get that shot. That spike going right back to the start. Getting that.
We're going to go deeper into it in a second, but I want you to just use the speed of that 1, 2, 3. That 3 does it. Yes, well done. and it took you there to where we tapped, naturally.
Yeah.
Waggle the club as you're walking in, make the little circles with it now. That's it, waggling it, that's it. And you've got that momentum from side to side. Better one?
Yeah.
Better fly?
But it feels like they are, but they all don't seem to be going any further.
No,
But,
I mean we can't
but
tell
they-
at the minute, but we'll see.
But they feel like there's a lot faster and harder shots, you know, but... I just felt too control on the back thing now.
Too
I wanted to
slow.
let it go, yeah.
Didn't throw it. You did 1, 2. So we're going to do a couple of exercises. Just want you to understand here. What you're going to do is you're going to blow out. So you're going to purse the lips, and you're going to blow on 2. So you go 1. And when you go back,
Yeah.
you're going to blow it and blow. I want you to exhale and blow the air out, and the intensity of that is the speed. Is directly linked to the speed of the club. But you don't swing down until you've exhaled. And then what's bringing the club back is the banging of the ball. So literally you're blowing out on 2, and 3 is going to bring you back.
Yeah.
You'll get a sense for it.
Yeah.
On the board? Yeah, on the board. It's a very short burst of exhale. Yeah, and that gives you time to use 3. But that's earlier. Once you've gone into 1, you're blowing for 2. Yeah. That blow is you're literally blowing the club back. Exactly. Brilliant. Just easy 3/4 shots like that. Blowing the club back with that momentum on 2. Lovely. Well done. Brilliant. Well done. Not but keeping the 1, 2, 3 count in your mind.
Yeah.
Not the same.
No.
So I want you to feel like the blow is doing it. Okay. Blowing out the air is swinging the club, not you physically. And the only thing that can help you with the blow is the momentum from the board. So that was really good. Do you sense any difference in your action when you do that?
I think so, yeah.
Because there was a big difference
Yeah.
there. Well, for starters,
Yeah.
the club didn't do that.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because what is that? Okay, this is some
Yeah.
kind of predetermined movement to try and
Yeah.
position it.
Mhm.
Now that's not. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to swing like that, but
Yeah.
maybe if you're trying to throw a ball,
Yeah.
throw in some other movement in to then have to. It's a waste of energy.
Yeah.
It's a waste of energy.
Mhm.
We want our energy channeled
Yeah.
in an efficient way.
Yeah.
So what you're doing here is because I never said don't do that.
Yeah.
I just said now blow,
Yeah.
and you didn't do it.
Right.
So it
Right.
means that your body probably doesn't really want to instinctively go out there.
Yeah.
Doesn't want you to physically pick it up.
I don't realise I'm doing it as
No,
well.
I
That's the
know.
thing, yeah.
But
Yeah.
these are the things where feeling real starts to
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
So, but if you're aware of something that's happening,
Yeah.
then you can, by using awareness, start to adapt and start, because if we want to throw this club back with momentum, if it's coming out this way, yeah, that's it. So now use your blow though to do it. Well played. So you can be very assertive with that exhalation. Yeah. Very assertive. There's intention there to throw it. Well done. And then you recognising the timing of 3, just to let the snap go. Yeah. Well played. Well played. Good. Now let's make sure we shift your attention onto the ball fly. And where you go into your waggling, that's it. Using that exhalation. Too much effort in that one.
Was it? Yeah.
On 3, it's like you've turned the effort dial down to 0. It's just you're letting just the snap do the work. You've already wound up with the breath, so just let it go on 3. Yes. See, that breath is really tension in the body.
Yeah.
When you swing back, that breath's allowing the body to tension naturally.
Yeah.
And then 3 loads you into the ground, ready to go. So it's, and then you load, and then you bang, you let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like we're coming.
Because what it's reacting to now, it's reacting to intention. So you must have an intention before you swing, because that's what the body's going to react to subconsciously. So the only part of your conscious mind that needs to be focused, well, the only part of your mind that should be focused on the intention is the conscious aspect of it. So it's like you should be consciously aware before you swing where you want to go with clarity, because it's going to need that clarity when it goes subconscious.
Right.
So when you're looking at this ball fly, this is where you intend to go. This is the meaning for the swing, and then you blow it. And just watch it. And then what I want you to reflect on is, did you put any effort
I think I did.
on 3?
I think I was doing the 3, yeah, still thinking whack it that way.
So let the snap of the club.
Yeah.
Let the snap of the club go after 3. Okay, so we've got you, like you said earlier, we've got the body now starting to use its elastic stretch.
Yeah.
That stretch potential. What we want to do now is we want to be able to let it go at the right time.
Yeah.
So you step over here for me. And just take your stance on those discs. I just want you to just twist back, Steve, to your right, bend your knees, and literally just stand up. Now you went to twist the disc. All I want you to do is watch me. Is just stand up. That's it. Just pop your hips. That's it. So you can see the vibration, watch. See the vibration, that's it. And your feet, they'll go automatically with you. You don't have to try and physically twist them. I want you just to pop and go up.
Yeah.
That's it. So this happens automatically by you going up. Perfect. So you're unloading.
Yeah. You just naturally sort of recoil and unloads you.
Yeah, by you going up and unloading. Awesome. So you know when you talked about the Bryson thing earlier, and you see this happening, this is just a reaction to
doing that.
way earlier.
Right.
And now the club goes and then he goes after it.
Right.
It's a reaction to his sequence. He's already done this. Now his hips are going, and it's his hips that bring him his foot round. So his hips are going up. Now we're not trying to swing like Bryson. What we do want is we want to unload. Now we know your unload plateaus a bit. So we want to recognise what's it feel like to unload. Like this. Now what time in your swing do we unload? So the video I did a while ago, I've done a couple on with the shopping trolley analogy or the wheelchair. So it's like if me and you were in a race, shopping trolley dash, 10 yards, and you're like, get set, go, and you're off and running, and you're running all the way pushing it, and I go like that. And mine goes faster, it gets there quicker, and you're still running. It'd be a close one, but I'm only doing this. Okay, so I'm applying a lot of force, high force, over a short period of time, and then letting it go. As opposed to keeping pushing. So when we unload, it's like whiplash in a car. Car stops, people go forward, okay? It is the same thing as that emergency stop in your golf swing. This is, you've unloaded, this carries on. Instead of, everything's still going together. That's pushing the shopping trolley the full 10 yards. So what I want you to recognise is when we let go. Now, there's, exactly, you're going to feel it straight away. By letting the club swish past your body. So your feet, Steve, they won't think of a clock face. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Twist to 2, bend your knees, and just go up and it'll bring your feet back to 12. Okay? Now just take your club in, you've got it in your left hand, swing it back, put your right hand on the shaft like this. So cut your wrists up, that's it. And what you're going to do, get into this place, bend your knees, you're going to use this unload, you're going to go up with vertical, and you're going to use that force to push on the club. Just let it swing back and let it push it down, let it swing off your left shoulder. But use that vertical to get the power now. Go up earlier. That's it. Twist back now with your feet. Twist back with your feet now. Twist your feet, both feet back this way. This is where you get your rotation from with your vertical. Yes. That's it. Good. Well done. So just get a feel. Start here, swing it back, and when you push with your right hand, leave your right hand back there. That's it. Leave it back there. Push down, get some speed with it, and stand up to get some more power. There you go. Feel the extra power you can get when you go up. If it's late, you miss it. So it needs to be here, a lot earlier. That's it. And that is freewheeling.
Sometimes I'm doing it and I'm not down enough. I'm trying to do that when I'm not.
So just get to it, start a bit. So go, when you come back, just adjust. That's it. Brilliant. Swish it back and through all in one go. Just find it in motion, don't stop now. Good, that's it. It's always better to keep the practice swing going, don't stop. If you're used to checking positions, you're used to stopping, and that's not what we want. We want motion, not position. It's all about motion, not position. That's it. Yeah, brilliant. That was unbelievable. Unreal, like that, the other one when you went, oh, yeah. Can you sense that?
Yeah. I can't with my left arm.
Step onto the carpet for me. Do the same exercise, just with your left arm in the air. Just that's it. Just in the air. You're gonna have to push in the air, or you will hurt your left arm.
Yeah.
In the air and push it in the air. Feel how you're coming off the ground, or you're using it. Feel that vertical. You got it. You cannot physically hold on to this club with tension and try and control it if you want to use the vertical.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
if you're putting any tension in trying to hold it off, you've got to seriously have some big verticals and a lot of rotation and side bend to be able to keep this club travelling.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be maxing out your torso mechanics. Now just both hands together, just back and through. Don't stop. In the air, don't hit the ground, in the air. There you go. So you're going up and down and up, you'll feel it. That's brilliant. Different feel?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it is hard work to get you to this place because we have to stress the system. So, the 1, 2, 3 takes you, you'll tap into it all. Just use your 1, 2, 3 with the breath. So let's have a few, just playing around with it. A few practice goes, shots. But I want you to use that breath for 2 still. Use the 1, 2, 3 with the breath on 2. So that's just too slow, that first bit. You need to be using that breath to throw it back. That's close. And a lot earlier with the 3, the vertical now. So to get the sense of this, just move this one out. I'm going to use this one. It's only timing. If you don't mind stepping this side, Steve, all you're going to do is step on, walk onto the board. Okay, so what we could do now is we can walk on, you count that as 1, or go into your 1, it's up to you. Let's say, let's just walk on and go into your 1. So you walk on, then it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
As you walk on, slide the club up to the ball.
Yeah.
You might just want to make sure the ball's in the right place first. And only a nice, easy, kind of 3/4 swing. So you're walking on. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Brilliant. And using that walking tempo.
Yeah.
So you've got to start from here. That's it.
I was restricted.
Just getting your setup, yeah. What we might do, if I just do that, then I can put the ball in the right place. Time for you. So I just want you to slide it up, so. Because that looks a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So if the effort's coming in from here,
Yeah.
it's not coming in from here, so we've got to just blow it back on 2. 1, 2. So I want to hear the blow. I want to hear that exhale. Yes. There's suddenly an introduction of dynamism to the movement. As soon as you start to go with that exhale, just slide the club up to the ball as you step on. So Just start further back, Steve. Just start back there. Yeah. Use your walking rhythm. So this tempo here sets the tempo for you. 1, 2, 3. You're moving at the same tempo.
I feel like I'm rushing everything.
That's okay.
Because I'm trying to go as quick as I can.
Yeah.
But and I think because I feel like I'm going like that quick as I can,
You're going back.
I'm tempted to go backwards. Yeah.
So this is where you're able to disconnect and let your arms react on 3.
Right. Yeah.
Well done. When you blow on back on 2,
Yeah.
you'll see the difference, but it's more importantly, we want to develop a level of awareness where you can sense that momentum shift. That's like with the medicine ball.
Right.
That's triggering. Yeah, that's got the medicine ball in motion.
Mhm.
As opposed to you having to do it at this end of the chain.
Yeah.
Now we've got that. We've lost the sequence.
Yeah.
So it's that exhale really connects the 2. There's a flow that starts to emerge. Would you mind just going and seeing them in the shop to come up to the machine? So that's about 150.
150. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was off the bottom.
Yeah.
And-
I've got a few like that. Yeah.
What I want you to be aware of is how early you breathe in.
Right.
That exhale is making the 2. 1. It's not after the 2. It swallowed 2 coins.
But how many you wanted?
Yes. Well done.
Shot.
Well done. 3 possible.
I mean, you'll see it because I still don't get a lot of compression, do I? Because everything's picked. I've never had everything's picked off and high.
So when you're going up,
Yeah.
so if you think about, because your pressure's being used to moving to, it will,
Yeah.
but you just,
Because that's one thing. When I say when I first came in, like I said, I was thinking about what you said the other day with that guy and holding it up there. It felt to me in slow motion that because I was doing that and I was getting here perhaps better to get in here better.
what's going to happen, and has happened a couple of times,
Yeah.
is that this golf club
Yeah.
in your hands, okay, this distance doesn't stay the same.
Yeah.
In a golf swing, it's like throwing a ball.
Yeah.
The hand doesn't stay the same distance from the chest. It goes narrower.
Yeah.
So it's here, it gets thrown out,
Yeah.
and then as you turn and it changes direction, it's going to get narrower.
Mhm.
And it doesn't go this way, it goes down.
Yeah.
And it gets narrower and narrower and narrower, and then as you go vertical and rotate, it gets thrown out and extends.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a fall,
Yeah.
and it's recognising when this falls. And then when you are here, and basically you're able to hit with a steep angle attack.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're here,
Mhm.
this is like an aeroplane coming into land and taking off, whereas this
Yeah.
is coming down.
Yeah.
So what we're going to recognise is the fall. Thanks, Casey.
No worries.
Just have a couple of swings for me around the ball. And just go to the top, hold it there, and just letting the club
Mhm.
fall. Just letting it fall and get closer.
Right.
Even closer to you.
Right.
So just let it drop. So that's throwing it out.
Right.
So it to go down. So just let it drop down. So yeah, as in, just do it with one hand, just your right hand. Take
Right.
left off. When you bang the board back, that's going to be dropping down. Not pulling it, but
Right.
you're just letting this drop. It's just dropping. The whole thing just drops, ready to then go.
Right.
Just one-handed, just right-handed. So your elbow,
Right.
that needs to be, that's going to keep bending and bending and bending.
Yeah.
Doesn't stay rigid, you see. There's just too much tension because you've thought about positioning your, now let it drop. Just keep going.
Let my arm drop though, with it.
Yeah, what? Yeah, like that, look. Everything drops. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. It's got to flex. Let it drop, let it swing through. So if you were throwing a ball, look at what the elbow does.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay like that, or what happens is this lever now puts inertia on the body and it slows you down.
Yeah.
It's effort, whereas when it's here, Steve, there's less inertia, and now I can turn, and that's the slingshot.
Right. Yeah.
That's the letting it go.
Yeah.
But if I'm here,
Yeah.
I'm having to work hard
Yeah.
with rotation. So this is why when you're this is the letting go with the arms on 3.
Right.
And just letting this, so the elbow, the wrist, the shoulder, you're just letting them just react. What are they reacting to? They're reacting to the club head, and they're reacting to the forces from your body.
I don't often feel like I'm very watched like that.
Yeah. It's rigid and it's wide.
Yeah.
Just let yourself let your hands let your arms with your right hand, let it drop. That's it, even more. Let it really lag, let it drop down. Even more so. So there's a big flail. So this elbow, it's going to get so flexed on the way down because it's going to be so close. See how close you can let this club come to your body. And again, just swing up, so there's a fall. Just bang the board, and as you bang, there's a fall. Just relax that arm.
Right.
Just keep your grip. Relax, that's it. Keep your grip in your fingers. Roll your shoulder back now.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the chain, and that is just literally just letting the club drop. It's just letting the club drop like this. Just let that club do this. That's all your arm does in a golf swing. It's doing that and swing. That's it. Just in the air. Just swing it in the air. Don't have to hit the ground. So it's going to come so much later. Yeah, even later. Yeah, well done. That's it. Brilliant. Yeah, don't watch it. Just feel it. It's like throwing a ball. No, that was too much tension. That was better. So disconnecting your arms from your body.
Right. Yeah.
Just let the club go. Just rocking the board. You just, through your thought process of lessons, you've constrained how you move, that's all. Just rock the board and let the rocking of the board create the momentum, and let your arms slap against your stomach and your back, like this. So look at me as you do it. Your elbows should be like spaghetti. So your arms are out here, and they want to be slapping. Let your elbows bend. That's it, let them bend. That's it. Let them bend. Let your body rotate. Bang the board, swing the arms. Wait for them though, watch me. Wait for them to hit you. Well, we need to get good because this is what's holding you back. Right. This is the sequence. Look, Steve. Go on, just let them hit your body. That's it. So you're pulling them in. Let the body throw them. Just wait. Give them time to hit your body. Then bang the board. Just look at me and do it. No, you will. Just keep. Don't doubt. Just watch. You get it. Just let your elbows go floppy. That's it. So if you stopped, the arms are here, and then just bang the board to get past it, and just let them just bang your stomach and your back. You'll hear them slap and bang. That's it. Perfect. You're just trying too hard. Less is more. Nothing. You're doing nothing apart from just banging the board and twisting. That's all you're doing. You're used to putting way too much effort into your golf swing. Let your body sway. That's it. So you can do it easily. But you're used to putting effort into your golf swing, almost expecting that effort to be rewarded. And it doesn't work that way though, because you know, like the more effort you put in doesn't mean the more you're going to get out. It's the opposite. The more you can start to sense this effort level, which is probably not high.
Right, yeah.
Go on, let that left arm slap against your body on the way back, let it slap against your chest. Against your stomach, sorry, that's it. Brilliant. And then just twisting your hips, that'll throw your arms. If you want more speed, you twist your hips. There you go, that's where you get your speed from, for your hands. Not from your arms, don't tense the arms or you'll slow them down. Let them slap against your body still.
I have to do it with my arms to do it. I've got bad range of motion in my shoulders and stuff.
Elbows.
Because if I stand up straight to something,
Yeah.
I can't get up there and stuff. So I have to, if I go like that, I really have to go like that.
Right.
I can't do that without
Just go back
forcing
again.
it.
You know when you were doing this,
Yeah. I was having to do it with my arm.
just let your elbows, it's your elbows that need to be soft, not your shoulders.
Right.
It's your elbows.
Right.
That's it. Because then you can just turn your chest and then let your elbows go soft. So let your arms just hang and just let the banging of the board. You see, you don't, at no point do you have to do this.
Right, yeah.
At no point am I protracting
Yeah.
my shoulders. This protracts, but it's not having to. I'm not having to flex my arms. Okay, so it's like it's more adduction than it is anything, which is protraction, but it's more about just letting the arms just soften.
I don't know if it's because
It's
my
just
mind
tension,
points this
that's
out to me. Sure, when she does that, if you turn that mind point out,
Do that again.
like
sorry.
hers are like that. And if I just naturally go like that, mine that seems to go out.
What if you? So if you let your arms hang,
If I just turn over,
that's fine.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Like if you let your arms hang, just let your arms hang.
Yeah.
Your arms hang fine.
Yeah.
And then just roll your shoulders. So you've got scap mobility, that's your scaps.
Right.
And then just raise your arms up. There you go, that's fine. You've got enough to do this.
No.
So don't need any more.
No excuses.
What it is, it's just letting yourself go.
Right.
Because look, I'm just letting my arms, I'm just waiting. And then what you'll do is you'll stop and let them slap. Stop and let them slap. Let the arms carry on. Like this, just watch me do it. Let your arms just... So your arms are here, just let them do this. So watch my elbows. It's okay, just watch the elbows.
Yeah.
This way like there. You might see it against my back then. Look at my elbows, look at your arms, your forearms and your hands, your forearms are going to slap. This way, just let your arms, come with me, ready? Slap against your stomach and your back on the way back.
I'm not to do that. I'm not.
So when you go back, come back, let this elbow bend, so it bend, drop. You'll just bend your elbow, just slap against your back. You did it earlier, so you can. Yeah, that's it. Or your bum, let it slap against your bum, wherever.
Right.
Doesn't have to, it's there.
Yeah.
Like this. They're not going up here,
Yeah.
just let them swing with you.
Still not doing it. I can tell. It's
That's
not going
all
round enough, is it?
No, you're doing too much with your body, just watch me, just let your arms carry on. Look at me. Just do it on the floor without the board, just step forward. Just watch me, just let the arm, let the elbows bend. Under that momentum. That's it. Yeah. You're letting them just swing. It's like the flying chairs at the Kung Fu Fair. You're the pivot in the middle and they just get thrown out and when you stop they clatter. That's it. brilliant. That's all it is. And I wanted to, let's hear him make a noise against your body.
I have to.
Yeah, that's all right. Just look at me and do it. So you just rotate.
Yeah.
No, you keep looking. Don't look. Don't look. If you look at your body, you'll make it. You'll interfere.
I feel I'm getting too intimate.
No, it's fine. Just log. Don't worry. Just you need to just let it go a little bit more with your arms. That's it. Let your elbows just. That's good. Just keep moving, and now feel your weight shift from leg to leg as you rotate. So just let your arms go. Let your elbows go. Like this. There. Yes. Go on, let them go. Let your elbows just go soft. Not your shoulders, watch me, the elbows. There, ready? That's it. Good. Excellent. Okay, now take your club, step onto the board behind you, and just do some swings back and through. Just banging the ball. Just letting the club head bang the ball. Just way less power than that. Just little swings, but just getting the. That's it. And again. And let's just have a quick look at the club. So see where you're catching it there?
Yeah.
Like halfway back on the bounce.
Right.
And we want to be catching it here.
Okay.
So we want to be hearing this.
Right.
But I'm not making any more swing than you. Or I'm doing it softer.
Yeah.
It's just
Getting in the right place.
getting in the right place. So I'm hitting it there, which means my club's doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means my hands must be here,
Yeah.
not there. That's it.
I don't surprise you that.
No, but this is a good. I'd buy a live board.
Yeah.
So or get some piece of plastic or perspex or something.
Yeah.
And just not easy half swings, Steve. So it's not a case of trying harder, just swing up. It's a case of just letting this all go. And then, as you swing down, this is coming much steeper.
Right.
Way steeper now. That's it. So you're way in front of it. Good. Now you've got the stride. That's how you compress the ball.
Right.
That's it. Different feel.
Yeah. How do I feel like that? Folding that in, yeah?
That's too shallow. It's not about power, it's about, like you said, letting it all just fold and fall. There we go.
Yeah.
So, just hit the ball. Feeling that same, want to hear that same noise. Use the 1, 2, 3. So setting up. Use the exhale on 2. Well done. And you'll feel your angle of attack now, you'll start to sense it. Well done. Just get a feel for it without the ball. What's the sound like? Don't need to speed it up. It's more down than it is forward. Just let the club drop down. So notice how much you're shifted as well now to get it. So you're now moving forward, and what does that do to your golf swing? Moves you in the low point, big time.
Yeah.
If you stay back here, low point. Now this is also affecting your low point, of course it is. I could just do this, but I'm going to struggle to move my low point forward.
Yeah.
Where I move forward, and what's moving me forward, it's the board, it's my momentum, it's my, and then this is coming, why is this coming back later? Because it's my sequence, and now it's shallower, closer to me, which means it's steeper, bang. So you start to get the chain, but it all comes from the board. too rigid. Throw it back. Yes, well done. So on that 1, 2, 3, you really you can't let this get narrow enough.
Right.
You can let it go let it bend, let it get as narrow and soft with the arms as possible behind you. Yeah, there's brilliant. Right. So different. If you want, for you, so we couldn't do this at the beginning of the session, or you wouldn't have had all the pieces.
Yeah.
So now you just use your 1, 2, 3, and now you've got a sense of a movement pattern, a sequence for compression. Got the difference?
Yeah.
That feel different?
Yeah.
And you can go even softer with the arms and later with the strike, which means you're even more narrow. Yes.
A bit matty first.
Yeah, it was, but it was good. The sequence was good. Use your 1, 2, 3. So to get a true sense of the ball turf, you just go down here.
Yeah.
It's actually a big part of it, recognising how do you, what does the movement pattern feel like to get compression? It's like what's actually happening? What do I need to, how do I couple up action and perception, feel and real? What's actually happening here? So when you start to experience a lot of noise and interference and you start throwing in doubt and going, I can't do this to yourself, you can, because you have done. It's the fact that it's so far removed from what you normally recognise that it's like, whoa, I don't know where to go here. It's like, this is way outside my blueprint. But it's a blueprint that you've created. It's probably not, if I gave you a ball to throw, it's probably not a blueprint that you're going to use for kicking or throwing or hitting other things. It's probably, you're probably not going to be doing this, you're going to go like that. If you throw that ball, just throw it as far as you can. So you just did it.
Just badly. That was gay, wasn't it?
Go on and do it fast and hard.
Yeah.
There you go.
God, it's a long time since I threw a ball.
But what you did, you used that.
Yeah.
And you weight shifted, you didn't stay back. And so it's the same action. Just have a couple of swings without the ball, just feeling that downward, you feel that natural downward compression, that's it.
Yeah, the thing is, when I'll be on a par 3 now and I'm doing this and stuff, and I get divoting like that and stuff, and only not off the tee on the rough bit like this, but I never take a divot ever with a ball.
Just do it now with your 1, 2, 3. Because it's a totally different pattern though. Because what you're doing now is playing a golf shot. There you go. Just a bit early, So what do you need to do? You need to just adjust your 1, 2, 3 timing. So if your low point's too far back, where do you need to be by the time you're striking this ball?
Over here?
Well, wait, so earlier with your banging of the board. Different feel? So your 1, 2, 3, blow it back on 2 and it's an earlier 3 of the board. So that was too early with the... So what you'll notice is if you get active with the arms and the board's still tipped back, you're hitting before the ball. Board's got to be tipped forward. And the arms are just reacting. Remember there, you're letting everything fold. Oh, brilliant. So you're going this way. And what in tradition and historically what you would be doing is as you're going that way, your arms would be doing this. But now they're doing this with you. And then as you start to unload, rotate and unload now, Steve, now they start to extend. But where are they extending? They're not extending that way, they're extending that way. And you're already in front of the ball, so you're in front of the ball because you've sequenced, and now they're extending that way, which means you're striking down.
Yeah.
But because you've been so rigid in the arms,
Yeah.
you couldn't get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You just couldn't get that compression, but you can now when you let them arms react. Yes. Give it a bit of a tighter lie. There you go. There you go. That's the acid test. So let's use a 1, 2, 3. A bit more.
Right.
You know, on the 1, you can feel where you're going to go on your 3. This can be, that is also your 3.
Right, yeah.
So you're kind of familiarising yourself, be assertive with it. Yes. Feel different?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So feel where you're going to go on your 3 with your 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that on purpose.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. I'll put it there on. Because that's, you've got to get perfect, you've got to get ball turf.
I mean, they still seem to come down quick, don't they, the balls? They get up and then no sooner as they go up, they're coming down, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you're not using Pro V's,
Right,
but
no. I should have played the ball.
now let your hands go forward on that 1 with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Gosh, you know you're feeling softer in your elbows.
Yeah.
You need the same softness with your wrists. Now
Right.
that doesn't mean you grip lighter.
Yeah.
It just means you've got
Yeah.
to be using
Yeah,
the wrists.
yeah.
So pushing forward on 1 into that place, you're going to go on 3. Out the bottom. Go on, I'll give you a shocker there. So you've got to really be late with the club. Yes. Brilliant.
It's the best one, I think, yeah.
Did you sense the sequence then?
Yeah, yeah.
How much later that was with your club?
Yeah.
Now you ain't getting out of that lie
Yeah.
unless you're delivering it optimally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you ain't getting that flight either. So what this is telling you when you practice is that you're on the sequence.
Yeah.
So use the task, use the challenge
Yeah.
to give you the feedback of what's going on. Because so you went too wide.
Yeah.
Couldn't get Steve.
No.
Because you were here.
Yeah.
So you've got to let the arms come in. You've got to let them flail. Yes. Such a different feel, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's unnerving as well because you're used to controlling it with a wide arc, with a very wide hand path, whereas it goes narrow, really narrow, as steep as you can get. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's I've never done that before. Yeah.
So it's wide to narrow to wide.
Yeah.
It's going wide down.
Yeah. And I say I've never done that before. I'm probably doing it that much, aren't I? You know, it's probably
Well, you'll
feels
see.
a lot.
You'll see. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's
different, isn't it?
totally. Yeah.
And it's giving you what you want. It's
Yeah.
giving you compression. So a bit wide still.
Totally.
Yeah, a bit wide still.
I don't think it's shifted as quick.
Good. So you're starting to tell me now.
Yeah.
You need to shift earlier and let the hand path come in. Let the hands get narrow. It's a different sound.
Yeah. Do you want it back in there now?
So where do you want to put it? Where would you want to put this to challenge yourself to give you the best feedback? So if you want to get, so now you know the task, the specifics of the task, the requirements. You've got to get ball turf. Yeah. And you know what? If you ever get a chance to get on if you've got a grass practice ground, you want to be on it.
Yeah.
And you want to find tight lies. If you've not got tight lies, take a couple of divots and then play out of them. Forward press to that. That's where you're going to be going.
Yeah.
So that one's there's no real intent behind it. It's like, looks like a chip.
Yeah.
It wants to be, where would you be going on 3? So remember, you're using 1 to feel where you're going to be going on 3. Well played.
Yeah, you get miles more feedback, don't you, doing this than the mats?
Yeah, you do, yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, big forward press, you're going to need to be really shifting for 3, so go big on 1. Well done. Dug it a bit.
Yeah.
But let's see a bigger, more assertive 1, because that's where you're going to be feeling yourself go back when you go on 3. Yeah. So there's like a 1, you know, like you see the Bryson thing. It's not as exaggerated as that, but all good players have a shift that way first.
Yeah.
And it wants to be assertive, short, sharp, and then you're off.
Yeah.
Because your nervous system knows where you're going. It's going to let you go. I mean, you've got to strike this good now.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you get more
Matt Wolf.
aggressive, but now let your hands just trail, let them flail, let them get narrow. Well done. It must be a different angle of attack than you used to do this.
Yeah.
I'd get a lie board off eBay or something, or back, if you find some plastic, some toughened perspex. Yeah, good. Use all that rotation now. That's your breath out on 2.
Yeah, well, one of the other ones before and 3, and I thought, I'm still using my hips or something. You know, that feeling right at the start,
Yeah.
doing that, and I thought, you know,
Good.
You focus on.
So push on 1, use 2.
Thinking about too many things then.
It's only practice. It's not a position that second, it's just, I would just be using, your body knows where it can go. When you watch on video, you'll see you using all your rotation.
Right.
Just keep your mind on the shot.
Yeah.
So see now, challenge yourself, how much down can you get? As in, no, don't stop, actually swing down, and what's the thud like? Yeah, and is the thud in the right place? So can you make it later? So do the same thing again, but can you make it later? Yeah. There you go.
Right.
So that's how you're getting feedback now. You can start to feel what you need for this shot. Well played.
Yeah, on the other time I do get ball and turf, it feels so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, more assertive now. Go on 1. So let's see you commit.
Yeah, it's a bit of a glancing blow.
You've got to commit earlier. It's like you push, you press the button and you're off. As you go into 1, that's it. You're in. So let's give you another shot up here. There you go. Cheers. How steep can you get on this? So too shallow, but that's what you need. You need that feedback, or you don't know. You're absolutely right, on the range you might have got away with that a bit.
Yeah.
You're not going to get away with it from that line. Very good.
Yeah.
Different feel?
Yeah, definitely.
So you need to be, when you're practicing, picking the right lie appropriate to what you want to challenge.
Yeah.
And I'm talking movement-wise, sequence-wise. So you need to be letting this flail. Yeah, so you're getting more on top of it.
Yeah.
Well done, that was just too much, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But
a bit lower. But
that's a nice place to
Yeah.
go.
it's better than fatting it, yeah.
Exactly, there you go. Now let's see a more assertive one. Tip the board forward first, off you go. Well done. So look at this divot you've got after the ball.
Yeah.
Now with that divot, so far after the ball, your club is definitely not doing, if I can borrow it, it's definitely not doing. If you stand in front, you'll
Yeah.
see. Look at
Yeah.
the look at the grip in the shaft. It's definitely not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's doing this.
Yeah.
So we've got the sweet spot. But so how do we get that down there?
Yeah.
Well, it's not coming from this way. It's coming from here
Yeah.
and extending.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to somehow keep that loft down
Yeah.
with a hand path that's so wide.
Yeah.
And it's like with all this rigidity, and then the legs are really just reacting to this and stabilise just to
Yeah.
hit this. So you're not
Yeah.
really, as we saw. Whereas now you're in front,
Yeah.
you're unloading, but this is narrow and it's extending.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can get that sweet spot down, but you're not having to put any effort in here.
Yeah.
Got to let the arms flail more at the top. Got to let that right elbow, let your elbows just go soft on the way back here.
All right.
It all happens.
All right.
Yeah, but all one motion. Well done. Just a bit shallow. Could have been a bit steeper, but it's good.
Yeah.
Miles better than it was.
Yeah.
It's giving you scope to go and practice, develop.
Felt like I got ahead of that, and it just off the toe. Yeah.
So your hands, just take your grip. That's it, just practice, just have a couple of practice swings and just swing up. So just swing up for me, that's it.
Yeah.
So you gotta just relax, just like this.
Yeah.
Let it go. When you swing it'll just go, and then it'll just naturally fall in. So it's just let the elbows go soft. You know that feeling you mentioned earlier, you said?
Yeah.
Well done. Just a bit. Just do your right hand swing for me. Just have a practice swing on that for me. Good. Even louder if you can. Well done. Yes. Move back now. That's all I like that. Brilliant. That's the fly.
Yeah.
What do you sense happening when you get that real
What was sense
steep? Yeah.
Yeah. Just concentrating hitting all those things and hitting down. Yeah.
Just let it happen with the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the sound.
Yeah.
That's the sound off the face. Fly. That was a horrible lie as well.
Yeah.
Really good. Blow it back now on. Use that commit 1 and then blow it back. Exhale on 2 to throw the club back. Very good. That's that elasticity
Yeah.
that you talked about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I guess I revert back to wanting to be too much in control, whereas
You do, yeah.
suddenly you can
Yeah.
see that
But you're learning
coiled
about
it all up, didn't it?
Yeah, you did, but you're learning about yourself. You're learning about yourself now. So yeah, it's all right.
It can blow, do.
Yeah, sometimes look, it might. If
Yeah.
this is what practice is about. Sometimes it can get contrived, like it can be a bit deliberate, but you've
Yeah.
got to use your 1 to commit to 2. Lovely. That's the compression.
Yeah, feel better. Yeah, feel solid.
Just do that. Just make that little swing for me again. Just where you went to. You went to about there.
Right.
Let your wrists go on the backswing. Do
Let
that
them
little-
go?
Yeah, do more crisp. Let them go earlier. That's it. So as in, let him flail on that little swing. That's it. Here, shorter hand swing, more wrist back and forth. Just you flicking your wrist back. That's it. Yeah, there you go. That's
Right.
speed. There we go. Yes. Then it's going to let you get even
Right. Okay.
narrower.
Of course.
If you keep your wrist solid,
Yeah.
how can you get that now in? You've
Yeah.
got to start doing this in the downswing, which is, if you're Sergio Garcia, you're okay.
Yeah.
But most of us don't have that
Yeah.
awareness of
Yeah.
and fluidity in the swing from sequencing. So it's kind of letting your wrists, using
Yeah.
that wrist cock in your backswing for the downswing. Let it all go in the backswing. Yeah. Solid. Feel that extra bit of.
Better noise, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's gone up further.
Yeah.
Because you've got this extra leverage.
Yeah.
You try hammering and only using like half a wrist cock.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Got to use my
Yeah.
elbow.
Yeah.
What happens if I'm not using my elbow? I've got to use my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm hammering like this.
Yeah.
This is essentially how you've been playing golf.
Yeah.
Whereas you could be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not really maxing this out.
Yeah.
So when you were trying to use your arms, you were like really trying to use your shoulder.
Yeah.
And you were like going to me, well, I can't use my shoulders
Yeah.
like this. Well, yeah, no one can, because you wouldn't hammer like this.
Yeah.
But I would hammer like that, and I would do it this, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So it's like, all it is rewiring.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just recognising, Steve, where the sequence is. So letting the end of the chain, which you've been used to controlling and being rigid, Steve,
Yeah.
let that move with fluidity
Yeah.
and react to the forces. It stabilises naturally itself. You're just going to get the angle of attack then. So throw it back on 2 with the blow and let your wrists go and elbows. Let everything, let them naturally cock with that exhalation. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a different shot, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel great, yeah.
So, it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
so you recognise what's taking place at the end of the chain with the blow.
Yeah.
Not slow and
No. No. Yeah.
deliberate.
And is that? I know we all want to have a downward angle of attack with these irons, but conceptually, is the rest of it
All the same, yeah.
with the driver?
Yeah. So with the driver, you're doing the same.
Because I'm
on-
setting up my angle at the
you
start,
just- exactly, it's the same.
so it's still the
You
same.
get more compression on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use the blow to get all the end of the chain fluid. That's it. Solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now that's going further.
Yeah.
You've just been missing out on that.
Yeah. Yeah. People said before I'm too passive with my hands. You need to educate your hands and all that. And these young kids do it from an early age and stand there doing drills for, But I was doing that. But again, it's
That's
just
rigid though. You know,
Yeah,
it's got to be part of a sequence.
yes, and knowing when to do them, because sometimes I've done that and still hit the same shot. But when I go back into the full swing, I didn't know when to start doing it a
Because
bit.
you didn't have the sequence.
Yes.
Now you've got the whole thing.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Shot.
Play from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, let the wrist go. Try more cock at the top. Let the blow, let the exhalation, that,
Yeah.
let that cock the wrist even more. Yeah, and then on the downswing, it'll get even narrower,
Yeah.
and then you'll get more extension down, and you'll get even more compression on the ball.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah.
But you've got the movement right.
Yeah.
You were probably you've not tipped the board enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
Remembering that bit. Yeah.
That's why you need the 1, 2, 3. That's
Yeah.
why you need the first bit. Feel the
Yeah.
pressure where you're going. Yeah.
Not bad. And do you know what as well? Because I've always been shit in the rough. Because I don't.
Too shallow.
Exactly.
You're catching all the grass.
Yeah.
Slowing you down.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're not.
I knew why. I just couldn't fix it.
So now you're here.
Yeah.
And you're not.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit cutter.
A more assertive one, and when you blow, get the wrists, get the end of the chain. Brilliant. That's good out of that line.
Yeah.
Feel better?
Definitely. Yeah.
So you know what to do on your practice ground. You need to be. I'd go and get one of these from somewhere,
Yeah.
and then get some nice tight lies to challenge yourself, and then go. I love what you did. You went to the rough lie because you said sometimes you don't feel.
Yeah.
You know what? You catch the low point's too far back. It's too shallow.
Yeah.
Now you've got a low point forward, so you're not throwing. No. So do it again. You're not throwing it to me. It goes away down.
What? Yeah. Release already.
Down here.
Oh, you mean the club?
Yeah, lay.
Right.
Then you'd be extending
Yeah.
down. Much later. Don't do this. Don't try practicing this. Do a swing where you just get the thud, because it means nothing. This means absolutely nothing because you don't know what it produces.
Right, yeah.
It's like just swing and feel the swing. That's it.
Right.
Now you know you've got a low point in front of the ball and you've got a downward angle of attack. Don't worry. Too slow. Too much thinking. Up the tempo. That's the sound. That's the long, low, flat spot after the ball. Yes. Dodgy ball. Don't worry. Yeah, it was a dodgy ball. It was a great swing. So if you just think about the geometry of it, how do you get a long, low, flat spot?
Yeah.
So the arc has got to be getting bigger.
Yeah.
But if you're already really wide here, how do you keep it wide and get wider?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You're stuck. Whereas here, now as you're turning, you're in front of the ball. Now this is just getting wider and wider and wider after the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you've done it all with your sequencing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfectly.
So it gives you that. So no matter where you are lie-wise, you're all right. You can get sweet spot down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Down to the commandos over
We're down to. I've saved an even better one for you. It's just going to feel like putty that though.
Yeah.
So assertive with that forward press. Very good. That's very good. You were so much more forward.
Yeah.
And forward and extending.
Yeah.
Try not to, if you do this, what you're practicing is throwing it out here.
Right.
And we're getting narrower because it's no. So it's going to be like here, then it's going to go. So it's going to be like, just do it again.
Yeah.
When we're not talking position, we're talking motion.
Yeah.
But this would be like this. Now you keep turning that way slowly. You go that way. It'd be like this. Keep going that way. This will come across. Just relax. Soft.
Yeah.
Keep turning your chest that way. That's it. Now look how narrow this is.
Yeah.
And then you're extending.
Right.
Much later after it. You see. Yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So if but do you know what? All I've done next there is explain some basic natural mechanics of throwing, literally throwing down. It's like throwing down.
Mm.
But you do it, if you get one of these, just have a couple of swings for me. Getting the leading edge, just getting the leading edge bouncing off it. You've got it, without any thoughts. And what you would have done previously, if you go back to your wide swing now, can you now sense what your old swing was through differentiation? Can you feel the difference in the interaction? It's like glancing. Instead of it nose diving into it. Yeah. So instead of the plane touching and going, it's kamikaze into the ground, bang. And then you've got all the extension after. Well, through. Sure. As opposed to having all the extension before. And now you you stop. All right.
Yeah, brilliant.
Steve, awesome. Well done, mate.
I enjoyed
Fantastic.
That,
Me too.
The amount of
Putting
times
through your paces.
Yeah. Well, the amount of times I think hit down on it and do this and do that. I've tried it all without there's bits missing though and stuff. It's piecing it all together now.
You might have got down, but do you know what? You wouldn't have got down after them lies.
Well, that's it. And doing it probably at the wrong time and stuff like that. And
You've manipulated to get it down, which has probably cost you distance. Because you were so wide, it slows your rotation. Because as soon as you put inertia on the centre of rotation, it slows you down, so you've got to go harder. And the harder you go with this bit, the more these just stop to facilitate, to stabilise. They've got to stabilise to let this go. So it's like suddenly you're not using that. But you had traces of good movement. But as soon as you take the tension out, as in just let this react, this can work and this can react. So then you get that. They would. Just different shots.
Definitely, they were just different iron shots than the normal do. Yeah, definitely.
And it's practice. That's all it is now. Is it's practice. And but using your practice ground, I don't think the range is the best place for you. I think you need to just be on a grass range, or you need to be on the course.
Well, I do. Well, I get a chance to go at the back of Warrington Golf Club. There's a grassy area there. Set some balls on and do that. Perfect. The range is so good for some things, but it's limited, isn't it, in terms of feedback?
It's good for not having to pick your balls up and whack and it's in full shots and if you and getting your distances and stuff. But to be honest, there's nothing like the real thing, is there? Brilliant. Well done, Steve.
I still owe you half the money.
Yes.
Have you